they're messing with it right now. This is some kind of science in the narrow season. But if he wants to call, he needs to get the green oak filter first. Can you tell him in his conical mirror? What? What can you send us some updates to wrestling?
Try to go around 42 or 43. All right, sound check 1 2. Marcus, check 1 2. Mike 1, check 1 2.
That's crowd mic there. 3 is crowd mic.
3 is the crowd mic, yeah.
4 is me testing Andy over here, and Devin's over there. Are you 2 or 1? 2. We don't need 2,
Gotcha.
right?
He said gotcha.
Okay, good.
Okay. Oh my gosh, what a whirlwind today.
Crazy?
Yeah, I'm just, you start in June and July with sponsors, and there's always 4 or 5 stragglers, and
the last day, you're trying to talk me
how you
into
doing,
it.
sir? I'm doing good. Yeah, but at least I got a no out of 2 today. You know, they put you off, Just tell me yes or no.
Yeah, that's kind of how I am. Like,
but I have all but 3 sold, though, so I got next week to add 3. I can do that. I Bluetooth through Messenger. We tested it out today, and the audio sounds so good. Sounds like studio quality.
so what? This? Bluetooth?
Yeah, so I gotta sync my phone to the Bluetooth. Let me go to settings. Bluetooth off. Bluetooth on. Boom. I'm gonna try calling you on your cell phone just to do another test to make sure I'm connected. Now, are we friends on Messenger?
Probably, yeah. I would imagine. We're friends on Facebook, so we must be.
So I hit call. See if.
So you're calling through Messenger?
Yeah.
Oh.
See if it comes up right now. Should we have it any second?
There it is.
Answer it. Can you hear me? Testing 1 2 3. You can't hear me? Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Welcome to Desert Hills High School. Andy and Devin. Chicken. I can't hear you though. Off. Check 1 2. Mike. I don't understand what's going on. Truck, you still got me?
Testing. I couldn't hear. Okay. Wait a second. Testing.
You on mute? You're not on mute, are you? Yeah, but we won't be able to hear our playback on our commercials. We're gonna hang up. We're gonna try the studio and we're gonna make sure we can hear. If we can hear, we'll use it. If we can't, we'll go back to the phone line. I need the Wi-Fi here. That's gonna use our messenger is gonna drain my freaking. If we do use it, do you know what the Wi-Fi is?
Jordan's got of course they got a good offense, but they got a female kicker. Female kicker? Her name's Emily Blumel. Dude, I've been so busy, I didn't have time. Especially if Noah's Texas quarterback, it might be his turn next year. I think Boston might be the quarterback in the future. No sense of strong confidence against Jordan today. He said he's going to play. Is he? He's going to play in the preseason. I don't know if they're trying now. It's 28-0. Fourth quarter,
I need the Wi-Fi. I can't call a messenger without the Wi-Fi. It's going to drain my data's. I texted him. Hey, can you hear me? Hey, can you hear me? I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Andy, can you hear me? I cannot hear you. Still cannot hear you. Cannot hear, cannot hear, cannot hear. Cannot hear anything. What's going on?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense if we can't hear back.
Well, we could earlier today when we tested this stupid thing. Crew Wakely. Wakely. I can't hear you, Andy. Can you hear me? Please text confirmation. And if I can't hear back down the line, then I don't want to use this because I won't know when to cue the commercials. I don't have you, no. I cannot hear you.
Yeah, any of these guys with a wide receiver by their name, they
I'll call you back.
5 wide most of the game. They throw it a lot.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Last year, this guy was their main running back.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, can you hear me?
Most of the names are
Troy.
pretty easy, but it is Wakely, yeah. His little brother.
Troy, you there? Troy.
There's Crew is the quarterback.
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, now I can. What's up, buddy? Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah. I think that's it. I think that's everybody's now, right? It's all universal. I just got a new. I'm locked in on my computer, and that makes sense. Oh, it said failed. Dang it. Okay. Yeah, no worries. It's okay. I was gonna use Messenger to send really clean audio through the internet, but I'll just do. I can just call in, and I got it on my computer, so I'm okay, bud. But if you get it, let me know. No, okay, no big deal. Thanks, bud. Bye.
He doesn't remember it? It's something really stupid like how now brown cow or something.
That's what it
like
is,
that.
but that's what I'm typing in, but it's not working. Oh well, we're just gonna call.
It was how now brown cow, and it seemed like there was a number at like 10 or something. You don't remember, do you, Giles? The Washington County School District Fields password?
No, I just texted him. That was just who I was talking to. He says it's how now brown cow exclamation point, but it didn't work. You try it.
Who knows what's capitalized and what's not.
No, we gotta go. In the truck, I'm calling the radio station right now, and we're gonna rock. Try to go live at 45.
That's 1 minute, Devin.
Yep, I'm hoping that I can type quickly.
The heck? Torn labrum in his shoulder.
Simister Orthodontics, a fan favorite over 20 years where amazing smiles happen. You can learn more at SimisterOrtho.com. Desert Hills, Jordan High to kick off the 2017 Region 9 season for each team from Desert Hills High School. Hot temperatures here, Andy Griffin, as we welcome all of our listeners to the field here at Desert High.
Yeah, we're streaming, we're on TV, we're all over the place. It's good to be here. Last year, I was able to drive up to Salt Lake County and do the game between these two teams. If you remember, Devin, Nephi Sewell did not play in that game. Ryan Hoppy, we're talking about two All-Staters, one of them an MVP, did not play in that game, and yet Desert Hills gave Jordan a heck of a battle and ended up 28-21. It started out like a blowout, 21-0. Jordan was ahead. Desert Hills battled back and actually had a shot there at the end. If they could have gotten a stop on that last drive, they'd have gotten the ball back with a chance to tie the football game. But we saw some real maturation in that game from guys like Quinn Kaiser and Brock Perry. And speaking of Brock Perry, he's the man this year on the offense for this football team.
Yeah, not the biggest running back you'll find, not the strongest running back. Pound for pound he might be, but he is explosive, quick, and he does have a very talented offensive line in front of him. And the news rippling through Southern Utah when Coach Carl Frankie joined me on my show earlier this afternoon about 5:15. It was Penei Sewell has an MRI earlier in this week, and he has a torn muscle, a torn labrum in his shoulder. Now, we get to the field, and Penei Sewell is in uniform, and Coach Frankie did allude to the fact that he was going to let Penei possibly test it out tonight, let him pull himself out of the game. You talked with Coach Frankie. Let's take a look at those coaches' comments brought to you by the Locker Room right now. And, of course, at the Locker Room, they have everything for athletes from the Pee-wees to the pros, 514 North Bluff. The game starts when you leave the locker room. Yeah, Coach Frankie was very candid with me. He came up here and he said, Penei Sewell is a guy who has meant so much to this team, not just this, this coming year, but in the future, or in the past and in the future. And he said, I felt like we needed to get him and let him try and do what he can out there. He says, it's a torn labrum. It keeps popping out the backside, and he said there's nothing we can do about that short of surgery. But we want him to go out there to experience at least the start of his senior year and figure out for himself what needs to happen, whether he needs to go on under the knife right away or whether or not he can play. But one thing he didn't want to do, he says, I don't want to be the guy that pulls him out of the game. We'll let him decide that. So that'll be a huge storyline. A lot of people know that he's one of the top recruited players in all of Utah with offers from Bama and Michigan, Notre Dame, USC, among many, many others. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout for our national anthem, come back inside the Simister Orthodontics pregame show as we get ready to kick the season off, the Thunder and the Beat Diggers.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund breeding.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Information on hot water heating.
No. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out the words.
World music, playing track now.
No.
Let me try. Most absorbent.
What?
Here are 5 product reviews.
Why are you not getting me?
See, I told you.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Devin Dixon, Andy Griffin with you from Desert Hills High School. Jordan High comes calling on the opening night of high school football for almost every team. There was East Timpview last night. East, number 2 team in the state behind Bingham in the preseason polls.
They opened up a can on Timpview, didn't they?
They did, and we'll see what tonight has in store for us here. Appreciate Findlay Volkswagen. Check out Findlay Volkswagen, the all-star lineup of new and pre-owned Jettas, Passats, 1333 Sunland Drive or stgeorgevdub.com. And Findlay Volkswagen presents tonight's game simulcast on your Region 9 radio network, 97.7 FM, 1210 AM, and of course on sportsradio977.com, as well as CEC TV, TDS cable channel 22. And Marcus and James and Lauren and Dr. Dave and all the crew out here enjoying some Jimmy John's as a little pregame meal. Nothing wrong with that. And we're going to have the Jimmy John's Super Sub of the Game Award in the postgame show a little bit later on tonight. But as for this one, let's talk keys to the game. They're brought to you by Camping World St. George. And Andy, what's going to be important? And obviously all eyes will be on 5'8" Panay Sewell as he is trying to go for at least the first couple plays, but we don't know how long.
Yeah, Coach Carl Frankie talked to us a little bit about, in the media day and since then about the fact that they're going to have to, at first, at least this season, be a kind of a ground and pound. You say, wait a minute, they run the spread. How can you ground and pound? Well, we all know you can run a lot of different things out of the spread offense. The star of this team, I said it before, and I really believe it, is going to be Brock Perry for Desert Hills offensively. And especially as you break in these two young quarterbacks, Noah Sewell and Logan Wilstead, you've got to kind of bring those guys along slowly, and the only way that will work is if you have a really good running game. We know the strengths of their offense, Devin, offensive line and running back. So I think they're going to try to run the ball a lot at first. I think really interesting thing, and maybe one of the huge keys to this game, is how will this defense, minus a couple of stars from last year, handle Crew Wakely and a very, very good offensive team from the Jordan Beat Diggers.
So those are your Camping World keys to the game. Andy Griffin, we'll kind of see what other things might be important. We'll talk and revisit these coming up in the second half. Ball control certainly going to be important, especially for Noah Sewell, because he is never playing the position that he did last year. This is brand new for him at the quarterback position. He's a linebacker, folks, and this is Panay's little brother, and obviously got the bad news that his shoulder was torn. How will he, be affected by that news out there trying to, pick up the pace of the game at the quarterback position? And Coach Frankie's been trying to speed everything up in practice and make it as fast as he can so that he's ready for tonight.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The only way it's kind of a catch-22. The only way you get experience, so you're an experienced player, is to go out there and play. But if you don't have any experience, you go out there and play, it's going to be a tough deal. You're going to get knocked around a little bit and everything. So it's going to be really interesting to see those young guys and how they handle their very first action. And I'll tell you what, Coach Frankie did not challenge a cream puff or a marshmallow for the first game of these young players as we go into this season. Jordan is a good football team, a 5A contender this year in high school football. So Desert Hills got their work cut out for them, and I just hope, I think you're with me, fingers crossed and maybe toes too, that Panay will actually be able to play a little bit today and be successful.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Captains are out at midfield. Captains we had at our Region 9 Media Day 2 weeks ago. Brock Perry, wearing number 21. Koa Afualo, he's in store for a big tick at the linebacker position. They love his leadership on defense. Cole Bailey, starting defensive end. He'll play a little wide receiver when he goes both ways. And then the left tackle, Leonidas Jacobson, who now becomes the focal point of that offensive line if indeed Panay does exit this game, as Coach Frankie said, with the labrum tear in his right shoulder. But he is dressing tonight again if you're just tuning in, and Coach Frankie said Panay is going to take himself out of the game. I'm not going to do it for him. But obviously 3 different doctors' opinions all saying that he needs to have, you obviously have to do what's best for him next level, because he's a 4 or 5 star recruit depending on where you look.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I think Coach Frankie is very sensitive about, is the fact that, look, this kid has a future. Yes, he has a president. President is important. His senior year in high school is very important. But this is a kid that could maybe, someday play professionally as a football player. And we don't want to do anything when he's 17 years old that will jeopardize that.
Andy Griffin, Devin Dixon, captains exchanging high fives, and among them Crew Wakely for the Beat Diggers. And you saw him last year. field. There's the Thunder family racing on there, wearing the black uniforms. They're used to these temperatures. I'm sure turf temperatures for tonight's game somewhere up in the goes in on the kickoff.
Yeah, we're getting close, and this time of year is so exciting. You see Panay out there slapping fives and stuff. I hope he's using his good shoulder to slap those low fives with Leo, because I think it can get a little bit crazy. Actually, that wasn't Leo, was it? That was a 58, Panay Sewell, and was it Leonidas with him?
I don't know. I didn't catch that exchange, Andy. I did see Panay there, but I didn't see the other player. And if Panay, A.J. Giles, who's getting all the reps, and the way Coach Frankie phrased it, we've been treating for 2 weeks Panay Sewell like a veteran running back.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
And so he is obviously hurting. He's got a big old arm sleeve on the left shoulder. That's the shoulder that is hurt. There's Coach Henry Lux. There's defensive coordinator Coach Nick Hansen storming the sidelines. There's Gabriel Sr. And now you see all the players huddle out on the special teams unit as we are closing in on kickoff. Here we go. If you're a fan of Region 9 football, if you've been around for a long time, you know it's always wild. It's always, as I like to say, you can expect the unexpected every single Friday night. We'll see what tonight has in store for us. We'll get to our Sky Mountain starting lineups and meet the offense and defense of each team as we get into this one here tonight. Thunder did win the toss. Actually, the Beat Diggers won the toss. They deferred the second half. So Desert Hills will receive the football here to start this game. And back deep, you've got a couple return men standing at about the 4 or 5 yard line.
And Devin, one thing maybe we haven't even talked about yet, their two best returners, Hokinson and Marco Jordan, graduated. They're gone. So we're
to the left side and fielded at the 10-yard line. Take it right up the middle. Big crease, and he's into the front of everybody. He makes one man miss and then gets stringed, tackled down over there. I think he did.
Yeah, that kicker really was. He was a difference between that being a touchdown and that one not being a touchdown. One heck of a return for Desert Hills. That's a good start. That's a way to grab momentum right away. In that game, remember last year they got.
It looked like the Thunder were going to have it 1st and 10 and about Jordan High's 45.
Yeah.
Instead, looks like they're going to be back inside their own red zone. Our red zone sponsor this year, Red Rock Real Estate. Score big savings on a home with a realtor from Red Rock Real Estate. They're going to spot this one. Thunder. Here's the sophomore wearing number 2, Noah Sewell.
Do you dare throw a pass in the first play of the game with your sophomore? I don't think so. I think Brock Perry's going to carry it, and he's going to carry it a lot.
Panay Sewell is in at right tackle. I'm watching him. He gets a pretty good push. They run to his side. And Panay,
Noah,
a lot of that left shoulder into that block. And Noah keeps it for just a gain of a yard. That was it on first down. It'll be 2nd down and 9 from the 16-yard line.
Yeah, that's a right read for the quarterback. He just couldn't quite squeeze through that hole. Noah Sewell's not a little, he's a sophomore, but he is not a little guy. He's a big, strong kid.
No, he's 230 pounds. He's going to throw this one. It looked like a little double move, and Gavin Young was the intended receiver. Excuse me, that's Bo Barbin, the intended receiver, and it's incomplete. You do have Gavin Young, who caught the flip back. You do have Bo Barbin, who a couple guys, but you mentioned it earlier, a lot of their playmakers that caught most of the passes in the Air Arsenal last year are gone to graduation.
And Gavin Young caught the most important one, though, and he's back. And he may never have a moment that big in his high school career, but what a big moment it was.
3rd down and 9. Sewell's going to throw over the middle. Has it in and out of the hand.
Busy day in Region 9, by the way, as all 7 teams in action during this endowment week. Pineview on the road all the way up at Green Canyon. You say Green Canyon, is that Idaho? No, that's Ville. And Hurricane Tigers taking on Mountain View for the very first time in school history, taking on the Mountain View Bruins. Might get a win in that one, too. Mountain View does not have a great football program.
So here's the kick. It's a rugby-style kick, and it's going to bounce out near midfield. It's hard to tell from our angle here on the near sideline exactly where that went out at. They're going to walk it right to midfield, and the Beat Diggers will have excellent field position for their first drive of tonight's game.
Yeah, that kind of hurts when you think about the chain of events that just happened, Devin. Remember, they ran the kickoff back further than where that punt went. They ran the kickoff back to the Jordan 45-yard line. Now they go 3 and out and have to punt, and the Beat Diggers with that great offense start with a really incredible field position right at midfield.
On Sports Radio 977.com, or you can turn on TDS Cable Channel 22 from our friends at CEC TV, or shooting the pictures straight into your living room. Here's one up, and then Jake Shaver, who did get a lot of carries last year, turned that upfield. Has to be real close to a first down. Is there a flag down on the penalty? Looks like the officials are talking something over, and they're going to call it illegal, blocking the back against Jordan. So erase a nice start for the Beat Diggers.
Yeah, first game you expect this, right? Lots of flags and lots of penalties and things like that, but tough start for Desert Hills because it cost them about 40 yards. For Jordan, it's only going to cost them about 14 yards.
Yep. And so it'll be second down and long. And now another run right up the middle. Again, it's Shaver. Shaver's going to get by Mason Krager. Might remember him. He's a catcher on the baseball team. And going to be coordinator Nick Hansen.
Yeah, athlete. Love to see these guys that play multiple sports. It's good for their futures.
Second down, call it 11 for Jordan. 10:07 left to go here first quarter on the Air Care Heating and Cooling clock. Air Care Professionals.
We're going to have a false start.
And that'll move back 5 more. Sun is hot. The shade will creep in as the sun sets in the west. But we're still probably an hour away from any shade on the field.
It's down in the high about 90, low in the 60s, but it's still toasty here. I imagine on that turf, Devin, it's over 100 degrees, and timeout taken by the Thunder.
Timeout taken, and our timeout's brought to you by Hank's Riverwalk Grill. Take a timeout, enjoy delicious food. They're located at Sun River Golf Course. We'll step aside as well. Back in 60 seconds here on your Region 9 Radio Network and CEC TV.
Welcome to Understood.org, a free online resource for the parents of the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues. Here you'll get personalized recommendations, practical tips, daily access to experts, and more. Go from misunderstanding to Understood.org.
There is a place where young and old make connections, where kids feel like grown-ups, and grown-ups feel like kids. There is a place where beauty arises in contrast, where wonder is universal, and laughter second nature. Where friends find a future, families find each other. It's a place.
And there's a run off the left side, and a good one. Shaver with a running back.
No, Wakely handed off to Shaver on that one. Just those Thunder players miss.
Yeah, you see that score here. 9:32 to go first quarter. Wakely going to throw outside. Pass complete. Going to turn it upfield. And tackle finally made by Peyton Pace, but not before they're real close to another Fabulous Freddy's first down.
Yeah, that was...
Trips to the far side of the field for Wakely. Single set back. Out of the left, pressure comes up the middle. He's flushed out, looking downfield. Nothing there. He's going to tuck and run, and he's going to scoot down the sideline, step out of bounds, but not before. He's going to be down near the 10-yard line, and there's the improv from Crew Wakely.
Yeah, you know what, and that's one of those deals that it kind of bugs me about football. A quarterback can skirt the sidelines, make all those extra yards, but if you hit him right there on the sideline, penalty. And so, for me, it's like, all right, we need to decide. We either can't let these quarterbacks, or we got to stop throwing the secondary.
Jordan into the Red Rock Real Estate red zone, and there's a run to Shaver. Shaver's going to be hit from the backside, and again taken down near the 6-yard line, maybe close to the 5. Second down and goal coming up. Shaver, the featured back.
Yeah, he's going to carry it all day long. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a really big day, 150 yards or something, unless Desert Hills can figure him out, because he's just so shifty and quick. He's like Brock Perry, except you throw in another 25 pounds of muscle.
Here we go, second down and goal. Wakely, silent count. Now Claps gets the ball, fakes the run, play action, going to roll. Pressure coming, let's go, and he's going to complete it, but nothing doing. Great coverage there from the Thunder. Coming up, making that stick, Cooper Kinney. Coach Frankie Ludden, the starting job. Didn't play a lot, if any, at varsity football a year ago.
Really nice little fake, Sony Vunipola.
Trips to the left now. Here's third and goal. Can the Thunder force some into a field goal or at least a fourth down opportunity. Got to get the stop on third. Pressure comes from Carter Reynolds. Wakely drives right up the middle and into the end zone. Touchdown, Beat Diggers. They strike first. No flags on the field.
Yeah, you know what? He had pressure. That was supposed to be a passing play. That wasn't a called run, but he got that pressure from, and a good effort by Wakely to beat a man and hang on and score that touchdown.
So here is the everybody but one, and they almost got a finger on it, skying up there to try to block it, but the kick is up, and it is true. On the one-loss scoreboard, 7-0. Jordan takes the early lead with 7:24 left on the Air Care Pros clock. We'll be right back with more high school football action from Desert Hills. Back here, 7-0. Jordan just scored. Crew Wakely, quarterback for the Beat Diggers, 5-yard touchdown run right back up the middle. And the Thunder will get their second possession of the game. And the kick is in the air and caught at about the 4-yard line. And another little hole up the middle and then got second level, but taken down near the 30 was the Thunder return man, Jaron Polu. Looked like for a second we were going to have that was called back, and that led to great field position for Jordan after the Thunder went 3 and out, and they just capitalized. And the varsity quarterback.
Well, it looked like the very first pass he had kind of the adrenaline, and he overthrew it by 10 yards. And the second pass he actually saw, unfortunately, his receiver got lit up and the ball got knocked away.
7:16 to go. Sewell's going to throw over the middle, wide open. Brock Perry, he caught it at the 45. He's to the 20,
Bye-bye.
The 10. That's going to be a touchdown.
Yeah, you figure, hey, it's going to be a tight end. It's going to be a wide receiver. His first completion ever goes to his running back.
Blew an assignment there because he was all alone, and nobody laid a finger on him. And the flashy for our television audience watching on CEC TV, little water bottle spraying.
He's down there on the turf, but Noah Sewell keeping calm. They
told us that yes, it isn't likely over. Hearst Ace Hardware update for you: Hurricane has taken a 7-0 lead over Mountain View. This is the first ever meeting between those two teams, and Springville scored first against Dixie, if I'm not mistaken, but missed the extra point. That's a 6-0 game early on.
Also got Beaver up 7-0 over Canyon View, and the Beavers have the ball back.
Some updates there for you. Haven't taken down, and a really good stop at
offense. Panay and Noah and those guys, they don't play defense. You can use some of those guys on special teams.
Get sliced a little bit. Shaver already 3 carries for 30 yards on that opening drive. We'll see if it's a different back in the backfield. I can't see the number. It doesn't. Is that number 3? We'll find out. Crew Wakely is the quarterback, and it is Shaver offset. They're going to throw instead, though. Passes outside, and it's caught. Little out route. We'll pick up a couple. Nothing to that one. I don't have a number 2.
Got to bring a roster, and they don't have a roster updated online anywhere, and so we had to create one real quickly. We have people typing and people making copies, and thanks to Mark Musgrave for helping us out on that. And what the roster we end up with isn't even numeric. I mean, they have numbers, they're just not in order, so we're scrambling a little bit. No offense to Jordan, but 5A school
here. Trips to the far side, single receiver pass, and takes it out near midfield. That's going to be a little shy there. About the 46 is where they'll mark him down.
Yeah, this is what Wakely likes to do. Listen to Coach Frankie earlier today. He's like, we want to make him one-dimensional. We don't want him running the football on us. We're not sure he's that great of a passer.
Trips again. Good coverage, jump ball, and it is incomplete. in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. I think that was Henning again, or Ben.
That one, you see him push off. Yeah, a little bit right there, actually. Push off a little bit on the replay to try to get free.
Really good coverage by Viafanua, Gio Viafanua. He's the one guy back from last year that started in the secondary and showing you why right there, making a nice play.
By the way, there was a flag on the play, too. I didn't see the signal, but it's a 5-yard penalty. I believe the Thunder are going to take it. I would go ahead and decline it after that 1st and 10 incompletion, but looks like they're going to take it.
5:54 to go. Opening night for both these teams of the 2017 season, presented by Findlay Volkswagen. Have a complete starting lineup for you. Appreciate Sky Mountain. Get your tee time, 635-7888. Andy alluded to the roster issues we had. And there is a nice little pitch, but it's shut down. Peyton Pace coming up from the outside. Carter Reynolds from the inside, collecting, give him half a tackle each on 15 from from the own 45. Beat Diggers 40, excuse me. Wakely, he's wiping the sweat from his brow. You can see it. Now claps his hand, has it. 4 receivers running routes, and Wakely's in trouble. And he shakes and bakes, makes Reynolds miss, and gets what he could back, but he's going to lose a yard.
Carter Reynolds, the state champion in the 110 hurdles and the 300 hurdles, and got really been a loss of about 7.
Green Canyon and Pineview have both already scored. 4 minutes into the game, it's 7-7. And Dixie is on the board and takes a 7-6 lead. Amanaw Quinn with the first flyer, up to date on all the Region 9 scores. Wakely now on 3rd down, looking to throw. Surveys, lets it fly and overshot his man just a little bit. And he had a step behind the defender, Dawson Mayfield. And Desert Hills defense gets the stop, and they'll have to punt the football back to the Thunder.
I almost feel like the receiver didn't get his eyes around quick enough, because you see right there he's finally looking for the ball, but when that pass was thrown, I don't think he was even aware of where the ball was coming. He was open, but the quarterback anticipating. In that first game, you got to get your timing down with these guys.
Just under 5 minutes to go on the Air Care Professionals heating and cooling clock. And Thunder and the Beat Diggers tied 7-7. Jordan scored first. Desert Hills a one-play 70-yard touchdown. Perry caught it from Noah Sewell. And now they're going to get the ball back. The punt is low, and it's inside the Thunder 30 at about the 27-yard line for the third series of the game for this offense. And again, Panay Sewell not with it. Now he's jogging over there, and now he looks like he is going to stay in this game.
It's kind of funny. We talk about him being gone for the year, and I was with you. I was like heartbroken, and I know this team has been heartbroken, but Coach Frankie said, we're going to let him at least go out there and try and do what he can, and so far he's done all right.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I seem to still feel like they're going to have to shut it down and do the surgery probably soon. Then that's what we're seeing right now. Panay Sewell's helmet comes off. He's still blocking right now. He's getting a fist to the face, and the run goes up the middle for about a 4 or 5 yard gain.
Well, now he has to come out for a play because that's high, though.
He's a gentle giant, as Coach Carl Frankie put it. And
another update for you real quick. Snow Canyon 14, Uinta nothing. That game late first quarter. Teams this year that flies under the radar, but they're going to be pretty good.
There's Sean Norton, trainer from Intermountain Sports Medicine. We'd like to thank Sean Norton and Intermountain because they provide all the athletic trainers for all the high school teams in Region 9. And he came over to Panay Sewell, wrapped something up. Now he's going to go back out on the field.
A very short game.
So there's a replay shot for a 7-tie game between Desert Hills and Jordan High School. 3rd down. Sewell's going to move the pocket, flip it to Perry on a screen. Jacobson out in front, gets a chip block, and that's a 1st down Desert Hills. And Perry's tackled out about the 47-yard line. Well designed and well executed for Coach Carl Frankie.
Sewell kind of had to get rid of it a little before he wanted to. And you just watch this. Look how close the defender is right there. But Perry's so quick. Once he had the ball, boom, he's down there and getting a 1st down. Nice gain out to the 45.
Yeah, key 3rd down. And that was something Coach Frankie talked about in our Camping World keys to the game was ball control, keeping it out of Crew Wakely's hands. Man in motion, that's Bo Barbin. They're going to fake it to him. Noah Sewell's going to break a tackle into the secondary. Linebacker trips him up, but not before a 10-yard pickup. It depends on the spot. They're going to mark it just shy of a Fabulous Freddy's 1st down. So it'll be 2nd down and less than a yard.
Bring in a load. You usually, if you get a free shot at a QB, you're happy. You're going to nail that guy. You get a free shot at Noah Sewell, you might.
Again, just a sophomore. Being recruited as a linebacker already.
Yeah.
By teams like Alabama. Now a flip pass to Barban. What a catch. Oh, it didn't hang on. Case. Desert Hills will get
to jump on that thing and change possession. Instead, Desert Hills gets it. Let's see. Terrible.
He had a sense that it was still live. Maybe he didn't hear the whistle as they blow it incomplete, so he knew to get on it. Now, quick pass. And there's Henry again, who just kept possession on the recovery, and he's going to have his first catch of the game. Only about a 3 or 4 yard pickup out near the Jordan 4.
Yeah, it's all right. Moving the ball forward instead of backward. And actually, I know it's still the late first quarter, but we haven't had a ton of penalties yet, and I like the execution by this young new quarterback, Noah Sewell.
Thunder trying to put a drive together. They're into the Beat Digger territory. 1:40 left on the air care clock. And then there's the fly sweep to Brock Perry. Makes a man cut inside and miss him. And a great chip.
In the slot. There's a pretty good chance he's going to go in motion and get the ball and carry it. He's carrying that ball a little bit like a loaf of bread there. They're a little worry about fumbles and stuff. But, he's going to get it. And every once in a while they'll throw it to him and he'll get a 70-yard touchdown.
Who looks very poised so far in this opening quarter, making his first ever start at quarter. And he's going to be tackled pretty quickly, but getting on the Red Rock Real Estate red zone right now. Great. Kind of, when he runs that read option, kind of reminds me of that play right there, a little bit of Cam Newton, what they do with a big strong quarterback.
Guy, yeah, I agree with you. And, in doing a little research on Jordan, I knew they had some big guys back, but they didn't have a lot of experience back on defense. And I think right now they're a little bit surprised at what Desert Hills is doing to them.
There's the 28 lead, getting Perry out wide, trying to spin off a would-be tackle, and he's going to have another fabulous Freddy's first down, and he's tackled right at the 20-yard line, Real Estate red zone.
Yeah, that's a stretch play where the quarterback sprints to his right, the running back sprinting right behind him, and then he hands it off to him. And most quarterbacks don't like that because that's actually an athletic play. Peyton Manning used to always say, I hate that play because I have to run.
That's going to do it for the first quarter. Thunder going to let that clock tick down to 2-1, and we've played a full quarter on opening night here in the state of Utah on your Region 9 radio network.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made this vacation happen.
Double points with every purchase?
Cleverly merging promotions.
Love it.
Cross-referencing travel sites. And booking all your flights with those retirement.org.
After 15 years of smoking, Eva Marie quit. There's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Back live here on CEC TV, also streaming on sportsradio977.com.
The big guys out there.
Devin Dixon, Andy Griffin, Panay Sewell staying in. He played the whole first quarter. He's playing quarter number 2. It's still feared he's going to have to shut it down for the season and have surgery on the torn shoulder, but he's fighting it out. Might be the only game he plays all year. Throw over the middle, and it's complete. And a big hit, and still fighting for yardage. Is that Young? No, that's Barban. Bo Barban down inside the 10.
The book we had heard, the things we had heard about Sewell is great runner, big guy, strong guy, not a super accurate passer. Well, if that's the scouting report, we need to get a new scout because he's been on point except for maybe the first pass of the game.
How about this now? 4 for 5, and he has got Madsen offset to the left. Barban goes in motion. Fake it to Barban. Flags fly. Play dead.
Early second quarter.
I got to ask you, Todd Peacock coming back to football. It just goes to show you that
shocks me.
These old coaches have it in their blood, and they want to keep coaching as long as they possibly can because they love the kids and they love the game. But that did surprise me. He's not a young buck anymore.
No, he's not. But he's not as old as you might think. He's not even 60 yet, so I don't blame him for wanting to keep coaching.
All right. Early second quarter. Give it to Barban. Barban going to try to cut back. He's in trouble. He's going to lose yardage back to near the 10-yard line. Good pursuit by the Beat Digger defense. And he had nowhere to go.
Yeah, he made a little bit of lemon out of lemonades because that could have been a loss of 4.
Him, and he won't do that again for a while, I don't think.
You don't want to see that in film.
He ran
they'll
right by
probably
that block.
play it like 3 times in a row, too, for him.
I know my old high school football coach would have done that, old Bob Nelson. And now we got a timeout on the field, brought to you by Hank's Riverwalk Grill. Take a timeout, enjoy delicious breakfast, lunch, or dinner at Sun River Golf Course is where you'll find Hank's Riverwalk Grill. Just a quick 45-second timeout. We're back to the action here on CEC TV and your Region 9 radio network, ESPN 97.7.
Por las cosas que nos pueden mantener seguros. Y ahora, las que llevamos con nosotros ofrecen alertas inalámbricas de emergencia. Por medio de un sonido y vibración particular, estarás al tanto donde quiera que estés.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework.
He hates homework.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his backpack.
I can't find my backpack.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's
I'm
just
trying
gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Yeah, we'll be naming the Dats Trucking player of the game, and right now, Noah's going to go bootleg. He's going to keep it down to the 5, little stutter step, and he takes 3 different beat diggers to bring him down as he's back down to about
play action pass, but when he put that thing under his arm, you realize that was a run all the way. Yeah, he took one look and he's like, nah, I'm running. The heck with this. And a well-conceived play.
Point out, because I was critical on the play before, Keena Tuafa actually sealed that edge and made that block this time. So good job there. Keep it again. Noah Sewell diving high. Did he stretch for it? He did. Touchdown Thunder. Noah Sewell from a PAT pending.
Yeah, just 2 minutes into the second quarter, but Desert Hill's being very physical. It's very warm out there, but we know this, and we think our Southern Utah boys will be able to handle it for a 2.5-hour game. But good physical drive by Desert Hills to get down there and take the lead. By the way, another Region 9 update. It is 14-7 Springville over Dixie in the second quarter. Pineview also knocking on the door. They've got a 2-touchdown lead over Green Canyon.
Yeah, and we were talking about what is the PAT is, and we'll keep it right here.
I had picked all of the Region 9 teams to win except this game, and I thought this would be a barn burner. I thought this would be very, very close. So I wouldn't be surprised with a 6-1 or a 5-2 for sure on this opening night of the season. The one I didn't think would happen is happening, though. Beaver leads Canyonview 19-0 in the first half of that game. So it looks like maybe Canyonview coach Skylar Miller may start his career as a head football coach on a sour note.
Yeah, real quickly, tonight's game brought to you by our friend of the game, 4 Southern Utah locations. Freaky fast delivery, what you'll find.
Over Green Canyon. Could be a shootout over there. We're still in the first half.
Here's Shaver, the return man. Stops and then starts back up the middle, waiting for some blocks to develop, but Thunder special teams keeps him just shy of the 27-yard line, and here comes Crew Wakely and this potent beat digger offense. Crew Wakely threw for 3,500 plus last year, ran for another 1,000 plus last year, and had
season opener.
Quite frankly,
got a little pistol here. They got a fullback and a running back with them, and fullback makes a hole for Shaver on that one for a gain of 3 or 4.
Cole Bailey crashing from the D end was left unblocked, but on no point to block him. But still, the Thunder defense limiting that run to just about a 3-yard gain out to the 30.
Pull the fullback. They got 2 wides to either side. Gonna be no, it's another handoff. I thought they were going to throw it on that one.
Draw play to about the 39-yard line. Fuel it up, wash it down. You and your car feeling fabulous. Check out their car wash club at Fab.
I probably would too. Coach Esplin might have to shoot nothing in the second quarter over Uinta and Coach Todd Peacock's crew.
Wakely's going to run a design quarterback draw right up the middle, and he's going to pick up 5. They did give him the first down, so about 5 more, just shy of 5 more. It'll be second down. We'll call it 6 off Koa Afualo on the stop for the Thunder in that linebacking core. Some new names for you Thunder fans. And now a short pickup again, if anything at all, maybe a yard or two tops. And a good stop that time by Tavita Nuapulusu. Big defensive lineman with a lot of vowels in his name.
Game plan so far for Jordan. I'm surprised they haven't kind of let Wakely do his thing, kind of go crazy, but a lot of running by the quarterback and the running back, and not a lot of throwing yet. Trips to the right side, Deb.
Flag down in the trenches. Cole Bailey and one of the Beat Digger offensive linemen, I think that was Big 74, exchanges some words. Nick Cobley. And who's this going on?
Well, Jordan's walking backwards, but Cole Bailey's the one with his hands on his hips. It should be a post-play pin down because the flag came out, to me, right as the play ended. When the
legal man downfield against the Beat Diggers.
Oh, so it wasn't a dead ball foul. It was just a very late flag.
Correct.
But Desert Hills should be able to decline that.
And they'll have to kick the football.
It'll be 4th down.
Unless they want to go for it.
It looked like a jailbreak on that. I thought they were running a screen pass because the defense got in so fast on Wakely. I guess it was going to be a fade pass, but bottom line is Wakely didn't have time to think about anything or do anything.
There for the Jordan High coaching staff. It's only 4th down and a long 3, but you are Jordan's 46, and then they do indeed throw the unit out there to kick the football. Non-region game, so Desert Hills has to be thinking they could try to fake it here. But they won't. They'll kick it and try to pin the Thunder deep, play the field position game. It's only a 1-possession score right now, and a great kick. Takes a nice little bounce, and it's going to be down inside the 15, rolled down around the 11-yard line, and that's where young Noah Sewell will have another offensive possession. Desert Hills
just had a really physical drive. You know, they were able to move the ball quite a ways down the field. This is where you got young players and you got to minimize mistakes, Devin. You know, you got a sophomore quarterback. This is when you grind slowly. Don't rush it. You've got the lead. You've got the ball. Don't rush it.
Hurricane up 22-0, 10:42 left in the second quarter. They're all over Mountain View. And, of course,
22, does that mean they are going for 2 on several occasions?
Could be.
Not sure the kicking situation at Hurricane.
Out of the gun, Sewell going to hand it off. Brock Perry and tackled immediately for no gain. Dixie's Hobbs Nyberg fumbles fighting for extra yards up at Springville, but the defense holds on 4th down and takes back over. Not often.
Yeah.
Again, all our updates all season long brought to you by the folks at Hearst Ace Hardware. A tradition in Southern Utah. A variety of products at prices that please. Your hometown hardware store, Hearst Ace Hardware, corner Boulevard, Bluff St. Sewell going to throw. Got all day. That offensive line. Now he's going to decide to tuck and run, and they shed a block and make a stop, and he's limited to just.
That's 7 guys back there blocking for the quarterback. They did a fantastic job, but those receivers just couldn't.
Hey, again, with Desert Hills already scoring 14 points tonight when your team scores. And after the game tonight, Hilgert compliments a Holbrook Asphalt, and the Thunder nearly halfway there. 6:10 left to go, second quarter. Sewell going to throw on 3rd and 10, and it's incomplete. Barberton was there just a little too tall, and the Thunder go 3 and out.
Now, obviously the best to move the ball, but that's the second best thing is to have to punt more quarterback. And I'll tell you what, that was close to being completed.
Midway back, and
you argued with yourself.
I would say that was a bad throw. Only about a 4-yard return as the rest of the special. The Beat Digger right at midfield. So Jordan going to have good field position.
Block to you.
Logan Callister, the kicker for the Thunder.
Me and Ryan are sitting here saying that looked really illegal, but there are no flags. So
I could kind of hear the crowd kind of ooh and all when they saw that. I couldn't tell if he started the block in front or on the side. It was hard to tell live. I was following the football there and caught it out of the corner of my eye. 5:49 to go, second quarter. Devin Dixon, Andy Griffin with you. Thanks for locking us in on CEC TV, TDS Cable Channel 22, or online, sportsradio977.com, as well as on the radio side, 1210 AM, 97.7 FM, or our mobile app. If you haven't downloaded it, you can listen to games all year long. There's a run by Crew Wakely, trying to get all the way to the outside, and runs into Viafanua. Team
Gio Viafanua has a very cool first name. There are some cool names. I guess that's an Islander name. I'm not sure what it means, but great
Wakely out of the gun. Shaver behind him. Give it to Shaver. Shaver, a little crease, but it's closed quickly. Tackle there made by Jake Stokes, as well as Koa Afawalo. Afawalo, I think, leveled the biggest part of that hit.
I know Coach Frankie says, I expect big things in the middle part of the field.
Clock ticking. 4:38 to go. Desert Hills leading 14-7. Noah Sewell has accounted for 1 rushing and 1 passing touchdown to Brock Perry. Wakely going to tuck and run. Has a little seam on the outside.
Out there and said, hey, whoa, wait a minute. There's nobody there for about 20 yards and a first down. Make that 15 yards.
So the Thunder defense trying to hang on to that 7-point lead. Wakely and the Jordan High offense has other plans. Pressure comes. Reynolds going to tackle him from the backside, but Wakely aware and stepped up in the pocket and turned a little lime and a lemon.
But Wakely had to hesitate just a little because, that fake to the running back. So he had to make sure the running back didn't
Trips to the far sideline. Ball spotted on the near hash. Out of the gun for Wakely. Shaver flanking the quarterback to his left. Shaver's going to help with the protection, and now he's going to run right where Shaver was. Wakely makes a man miss, and he's down inside the 10. Cut back at the 5. Touchdown crew, Wakely, and we're a PAT away from being all tied up again.
Quarterback shouldn't be allowed to have those nice of moves. He made 2 guys just completely miss, left some laundry on the field. And I'm not talking about penalty flags. He made those guys leave their helmets and stuff sitting behind. What a move by Wakely. Kind of reminds me a little bit of that Horsley kid that played for Logan a few years back. Great runner who can also throw the football.
So 32 yards officially for Crew Wakely. And here is the extra point, but we're going to have to hold everything at penalty 13-7 still. And this is a false start against the Beat Diggers.
Yeah, it should be 14-13. A student by the name of Emily Blumel. And she doesn't have a ton of distance as far as her kicks, but very, very accurate.
I'd love to see that. I played 20 years ago high school football, Andy. We had a young lady by the name of Sarah Craver that played football for her freshman, sophomore, junior year. And the PAT is up and good. Nice kick, young lady. Crew Wakely putting the Beat Diggers on your Region 9 radio network. And the One Loss scoreboard has it.
Open road, here comes the Heffley family.
Whether it's a short trip or a long haul.
Estimated time, 47 hours.
They will beg.
You're hungry? I'm happy to provide.
They will plead.
Deep fried butter on a stick.
But whatever you do, don't wimp out.
Now you're talking.
Make them buckle up.
He can't hurt.
Remember, safety first. Cheese curls second.
Are you orange?
Welcome back. Devin tweeting out the scores, and we're tied here at 14-all as a penalty flag on the kickoff. One score to pass along, 35-14. Pineview now with a 3-touchdown lead on Green Canyon. Last we heard, Snow Canyon 28-0. Beaver 19-0 over Canyon View. Dixie and Springville tied. Is that what I hear? 14-all, Devin?
Yes. Mahi just caught a touchdown pass from Barber.
Hercom 28-0 on
They've already got the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert, so Warrior Nation going to Yogurtland tonight. And we're on track to get it here in our game. I'm going over there, Andy. You coming with me?
I got work to do. Can you bring me one?
Yeah, I'm excited. Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert already in effect over across town. That's the only other game in St. George tonight. This one and the Snow Canyon one. Everything else is in Cedar or up north. Kickoff returnable, and not going to get much, but get out across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. Looked like Cooper Kinney made a run
shorter, and he actually had to go back to retrieve it. Lucky to get it out to the 23.
So here is young Noah Sewell. It's funny because his Twitter handle is Young Sewell.
Yes, it is, yeah.
The sophomore. Baby brother to Gabe, who played here. Nephi, who just graduated and helped win that state championship. And Panay.
That's an athletic family right there.
Bunny Sewell's little brother's on the offensive line. He's a cousin. And run on the fly sweep is fake. And they go right up the middle, try to break it to the outside. and got about 3 yards on
a lineman last year.
Going to
Had a
SUU.
great year, yeah.
Good player.
Very good.
Boogie Sewell was Bundy's older brother.
What's Boogie doing nowadays?
He just got back from an LDS mission about 3 weeks ago.
He was a big man.
I asked
Panay's big. Boogie's big, too.
I asked him if he was still going to go to the University of Colorado. He said no, that offer, that ship sailed. So he's going to kind of evaluate, get back into the flow of non-mission life, and then decide maybe next year if he wants to try to continue his college football playing career. There is Brock Perry, and he keeps his feet out near the 40-yard line. That's a pickup of almost 14, maybe 15 yards. Brock Perry, what balance.
Yeah, you know what? He is so good at balance. And the other thing that really impressed me about Brock is, and Coach Frankie alluded to it in our media day, he's at top speed after 2 steps. And if you get him with a head of steam, you better grab and hold on for dear life because that kid will fly.
Yes, indeed. And now the Thunder trying to retake the lead with a drive here. We're tied 14-14. It's kind of almost the 2-minute drill area. There's a little over 2 minutes, 2 minutes 40 seconds left. Ball deflected out of the hand of Nephi Sewell, incomplete on first down.
Panay's back there. He was blocking, trying to keep his quarterback safe on that one. And, man, for a kid who's supposed to be out for the season, he's hanging in there. You know he's in pain. You and I have been both, Devin, experiencing some knee pain lately due to our knees are not what they used to be, Devin. So I think you go ahead and let the sophomore throw the football.
It would be a passing situation. Henry Lusk, Gabe Sewell, co-offensive coordinators. Henry Lusk, great career at the University of Utah. Joined the team as a coach last year. Of course, Gabe Sr., Panay, Nephi's father. Shotgun, nothing there. Going to tuck, going to run. Makes a man miss, makes 2 men miss. First down, Thunder. Noah Sewell pounding defenders for the fabulous Fred.
Quarterback, but what a great run by Noah Sewell. The parting of, I guess that was Moses. Darn it. The analogy was almost great, right?
Yeah.
Just got the wrong.
And a quick shovel pass to Brock Perry trying to get the edge. He does. He turns it upfield to the 40, down to the 35, and driven out of bounds there. And another fabulous Freddy's first down. The offense in the ground and pound, working well for Coach Carl.
You know, you got the. I made a joke about Thunder and Lightning in the media day. I think we're actually kind of seeing it. The Lightning is the running back, though, and the Thunder is the quarterback, Noah Sewell. But, boy, Brock Perry, man, he's fast. I've never been that fast at anything in my life, Devin.
You can see it.
It's as close as you could get to him.
Panay Sewell is still in at right tackle. If you're just tuning in, Coach Frankie said he's got a torn labrum. They're going to have season-ending surgery, but he wanted Panay Sewell to play tonight. Might be the only game he gets to play if he can play through the pain. And the pass is on a corner route intended for Barber, and it's broken up and incomplete.
Double team out there, but actually a really good throw by Noah. Almost made it through both guys and to Barben. All the arms.
Hearst Ace Hardware update. Block punt, touchdown for Dixie. Tyson Fisher blocks it. Connor Walden takes it in. Dixie has their lead now 21-14. That's headed for a shootout like it is for the last 15 years.
Yeah, no surprise. In fact, 50-48 probably going to be the final score, don't you think?
Here's Sewell. Going to run the screen. It's there. Complete to Perry. Oh, but they close the gap and limit to about a 6-7 yard gain.
Yeah, and one guy that had a beat on him really squared up and did a good job defensively. I don't know who.
Appreciate Hearst Ace Hardware keeping you up to date on these scores. So Pineview winning right now over Green Canyon. Hurricane is all over Mountain View. Snow Canyon's Desert Hills tied right now 14-14. The only team losing right now is Canyon View, Andy.
Who we picked to finish last in the region.
Making the return after a number of years in region with Ridgefield and all those teams.
We have a penalty on the play.
Yeah, it was a late hit penalty flag, and so that's going to be an automatic first down. You're right. So out of the gun, Gavin Young in motion. Sewell looking that way, has Young complete on a curl route inside the 20 and into the Red Rock Real Estate RedZone.com. Hundreds of agents ready to help you buy or sell your home. Certainly field complete. Intended for Brock Perry. Devin Dixon, Andy Griffin with you. Coming up, we'll have the Info West halftime show. We'll take a good look at.
Yeah, I think they only have one timeout left, if that. So got to be really careful here. You don't want to get tackled in bounds unless you got a first down. A sack would be devastating.
Sewell going to throw. And has it in and out of the hands of Brock Perry. If he catches it, Andy, I think he won the game. There was one guy in the vicinity that maybe could have made a tackle. but it just slipped through the wickets there for Brock Perry.
I think they're going to try to put 3 on the board here, Devin, bring the field goal unit out. Brock's kind of slapping himself in the helmet because he knew he had a touchdown if he hangs on to that thing.
And it will be Logan is good. Thought maybe he pulled it too much, but he just got it in.
You know what? It doesn't matter how pretty it is. It all looks like this is to go into half.
And we'll keep it right here as Desert Hills has retaken the lead for the second time tonight. It's shaping up to be a good one. I always enjoy looking at Nolan Perry's power guide. He tried league.
Yeah.
He had this one an 8-point differential in the power rating department. Advantage Jordan.
Right.
So you knew it was going to be relatively close.
What always fascinates me is when there's a new school. Like, how did he rank that Pineview? He actually had Pineview favored by, like, history of the school. So I don't know if he did some kind of calculating and I don't know if he got his abacus out or if he had one of those scientific calculators to figure out what to rate Green Canyon. He might actually be right because Pineview's beating him pretty good right now.
Yes, indeed. It's a lot of sophomores. A lot of the seniors I heard stayed at Skyview. That's kind of the school that had to split off.
Yeah, I think you're kind of allowed to do that. Most schools you're allowed to stay.
If you want to finish your senior year where you've been all 3 years, I agree with that. Oh, my goodness. Somebody just blew up a block.
Was that Cole Bailey? Who was that?
I think it was number 30, Matt Neeson.
You want to block me? Here's what happens when you try to block me.
And he absolutely destroyed one of the wedge guys. And that allowed the Beat Diggers to only get it out to about the 25-yard line. And probably here with Crew Wakely.
Devin, I
take
would
a
not,
shot.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would not put it past Jordan to try something tricky here, try something deep. Desert Hills got to remember, number one rule here, never let anyone get deeper than you with 7 seconds left. Play deep. Play off.
They're cover 4. They got 4 guys deep in like a prevent. It's a 4-3-4 defensive look.
They
There's
just
a
called
flag.
an offsides on Desert Hills. So it'll be, if he does score a touchdown here, it'll be 70 and not 75.
They call that on the nose tackle, Mason Krager? Or was maybe Cole Bailey on that left side lineup in the neutral zone? I couldn't tell. They'll get 5 more. Wakely can probably get it down around the 5 or 6 with a deep, deep pass. Pressure coming. Andy, your quick thoughts on what we saw here tonight so far?
Well, I'm impressed. I think one of the things that really hurt Desert Hills when they went up north and played Jordan there was a really bad start to the game. They got behind early, and they were fighting at the whole game. Really good start today. They got a couple of touchdowns early, and they'll end up halftime with the lead. That builds confidence for a young quarterback and a young team trying to find their way. Desert Hills up by 3 here at the half.
All right, we'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll fire up the InfoWest halftime report from the Internet people when we come back on your Region 9 Radio Network and CEC TV.
I'm a retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing.
I was very independent until I could take care of myself. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels.
After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I would
adore as someone who's housebound. Having someone check on me assures me that I'm not forgotten.
Meals on Wheels has given me a mode of freedom that I wouldn't have otherwise.
We're the clients.
We are the clients.
We are the clients of Meals on Wheels.
America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Son, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun. Wake the sun, wake the sun. Wake the sun.
Yeah, welcome to the Desert Hills High School press box where Andy Griffin is tallying up statistics. Ryan Baller, statistician, helping out there. And I'm Devin Dixon, and good to be back in the broadcast booth for another exciting year of Region 9 football. And we're going to get you scores and as many updates from all of the games as we possibly can. But right now it's 17-14. Desert Hills has the lead over Jordan High School. Take a look at some quick Wilkinson statistics from the first half.
Yeah, let me start off with the scoring summary for you.
Yep.
We'll talk about the touchdowns, and I'll let you go over some of the stats in the game. First of all, Jordan took a 7-0 lead. That came at the 7:24 mark of the first quarter. That was kind of the patented Jordan drive with Wakely and Shaver dominating the possession. Wakely took it in from 4 yards out. Desert Hills decided, you know what? We don't like being behind. It took them exactly 19 seconds, Devin, to tie the game up. It was Noah Sewell to Brock Perry, 70-yard untouched touchdown. Callister's kick made it 7-7 with 7:05 to go in the first. Neither team scored the rest of the first quarter. Early in the second quarter, though, Desert Hills with their first lead of the season as Noah Sewell took it in from 3 yards out on 3rd down and goal, and the Callister kick made it 14-7. Jordan finally, after an exchange of punts, got the game tied up with Crew Wakely, an absolutely scintillating 32-yard touchdown run that tied the game at 14-14 with 3:36 to go in the half. But Devin, how about the sophomore quarterback Noah Sewell with a little 2-minute drill? There was 3.5 minutes left, but he used that little 2-minute drill to lead his team down the field and get a huge field goal right before halftime. Logan Callister hits it from 34 yards out to cap a 77-yard drive, and that's where we're at now, 17-14. Thunder leading 5A Jordan here at the break.
Yeah, and the big storyline is Coach Frankie himself told us live that the MRI came back torn labrum on Panay tonight. They got 3 different opinions. All the doctors said the best thing to do is to have season-ending shoulder surgery, but he is allowing Panay Sewell to play tonight through the pain, assuming this might be the only game of the season he gets. We don't know that. He looks pretty good out there, Andy. He doesn't seem to be grimacing a ton, but
Coach said, look, hour and a half before the game, we're in the locker room, and Panay comes up to me and he says, Coach, I want to play. And Coach is like, but you got a torn labrum. You can't play. And Panay said, Coach, let me go out there. It's my senior year. Let me go out there and try. And you know what, Devin, he's played every down offensively of this first half. And I'm with Carl Frankie. I'm like, look, it's your senior year, your injury, your pain. If you can do it, do it. I'm not gonna stop you.
Yeah,
and he's been great.
He has. You got to give him a ton of credit. And we don't know what this means moving forward. That'll sort itself out. The fact that he's out there with his brothers playing right now is huge. And again, they think that the injury happened at the Nike opening, up in Oregon over the summer in some one-on-one drills. Just got update that. Let's take a look at some stats first. Then we'll give you some updates. We got a lot to get to here in our Info West halftime show. Start with Jordan High School. Crew Wakely, 5-7, 31 yards. And really, Desert Hills didn't give him anything deep. He took some shots. I think he was actually 5 for 9. I think he had a couple shots that were incomplete. But a pretty good job stopping him. Both touchdowns came from Shaver on the ground. He had 9 carries, 73 yards, and 2 touchdowns in that first half. As for Desert Hills, young Sewell, he was doing work. An impressive performance. Ran for one, threw for another, the 70-yarder to Brock Perry. So his statistics look really, really good. And exactly right now, he's 6 of 13, 115 yards is Noah Sewell. 1 touchdown And then he has 8 carries on the ground for 41 yards and another touchdown. And Brock Perry, 6 carries for 46 yards plus 70 yards receiving.
And let me take a time out from football stats for a second and talk about what they're doing down on the field here at Desert Hills High School. They are honoring the Dixie Little League team that represented the state of Utah in the West Regional, went all the way to the championship game. Unfortunately, they lost in that championship game. But never, I don't think, in all the years I've been covering these Little League games and stuff, has one team captured the imagination of an area like this Dixie Little League team did, playing on ESPN, making a huge comeback down 6-0 to Hawaii in the semifinals, winning that game 12-6, and then really almost getting Southern California in that championship.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And I know a lot of these kids. My son's the same age as these kids, and he plays football with a lot of them.
Wait, your son Boston is the same age as Keen down there?
Yes.
Who is like 6'1".
Yeah, that is correct. It's hard to believe that, but it is true. And obviously, we had a watch party at Buffalo Wild Wings. We were watching it at home over the weekend. They beat Northern Cal. They beat Hawaii, got the revenge, and then they ran into a buzzsaw. But it was 8-7 going to the 6th inning, and there was a huge critical double play ball with 1 on and only 1 out that Southern Cal made. And that ended really that one because they added a 3-run homer to go on to win 11-7. But
imagine the spotlight these 12-year-olds were thrust into, and they handled it with aplomb. They were wonderful. They were awesome.
Well, and one of our great sponsors, Shane Mortensen from Appliance Wholesalers Plus, who's a great longtime partner with us of high school sports. His son played on this team, played great, and we're talking with him pregame, and he said it was the most fun he's ever had, and he played there as a youngster. His older son, Jace, played there, and now his youngest son, Taven, played there. So there's really cool storylines like that with the family.
And Nate Andrus, whose son Parker's on the team. Nate was a home run monster back when he played for
indeed.
Dixie High back in the day.
There's no question.
State champion with Burke Staley as head coach.
Yep. And I got a call from Cole Staley leading up to this, and he told me that 1974 was the very first year that the Dixie Little League team went to San Bernardino. They went 3-1, World Series champs. And I think that's the best that maybe a team has done since this team, who got to the finals. No other Utah team had ever got to the finals. This young team we just saw get a huge round of applause from, went as far as anybody else. And now the cheerleaders are giving them hugs. You can't beat that. What a night.
Wow, a hug from a cheerleader. That's even better than going to the West Regional, isn't it?
No doubt
if you're
about
12 years old. But, yeah, congratulations to them. It was fun following them this year. I know, like I said, it really captured the imagination heart at the West Regional. And I wouldn't be surprised if Santa's at the highest level there at the Little League World Series. I know they've been plagued with rain these first couple of days of the LLWS, but hopefully the rain will clear up and Santa Margarita will go. Maybe they win it all, and then Dixie can say they were second best in the world.
And these are future Region 9 stars in baseball, Andy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, there's truly no question in my mind. A lot of these guys are going to go on, and we're going to be talking about them in just a couple of years on our radio broadcast for Region 9 baseball.
Hey, how about this update for you real quick? Change subjects again. Dixie went 80 yards in 30 seconds in 3 plays, and going into halftime, the Flyers are going to lead the Springville Red Devils 28-21 unless something crazy happens on the kickoff return. But in that rivalry, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
Now, real quickly, let me finish up the Wilkins statistics. I told you over 100 yards passing and a touchdown for Noah Sewell. Brock Perry having a great performance as well. But we're going to do this. We're going to take a quick timeout. Message from our great local partners, and then we're going to come back and we are going to get you all of the latest updates from all around Region 9 on our Hearst Ace Hardware scoreboard. At the half, presented by InfoWest, Desert Hills leads 17-14 over Jordan High. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund Reading.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Information on hot water heating.
No. Sarah's bright, but when she's
World music, playing track now.
No.
Our daughter gets confused about which details in a story are important.
Which paper towels are most absorbent? What? Here are 5 product reviews.
Why are you not getting me?
See, I told you.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
They're up 30-0 on Mountain View. Mountain View, a big 5A school, but Mountain View went 0-10 last year, so you wonder where they're at. But right now, Hurricane and Jaron Cordova taking it to the Bruins.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They had a down year last year, and Hurricane and Spokane kind of, they were kind of picked 4th, 5th in the region, but we don't know exactly how good they're going to be. Both have a lot of talent coming back this season.
They have a good fullback in Cordova, too.
Yeah, he is strong, and he is physical, and he will get a dose of carries every single night from Coach Pearson. There's no question.
I will go next. I've got for you a Pineview score 42-14 with, get this, 6 minutes left still in the first half. Pineview with already 6 touchdowns. That almost makes my brain hurt thinking about scoring 6 touchdowns in, what is that, high school quarter, 12 minutes. So that's 18 minutes of football. They have 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'll go with Dixie. Nate Mahi scored a touchdown to tie it with Springville 14-14 on a Springville punt deep in Dixie territory. Tyson Fisher blocked the punt. Dixie recovers in the end zone for the 21-21.
That's going to be the halftime score, right? 21
yeah, probably.
It's got to be 30 seconds.
But wait. Jacob
There's
Harvard is
more.
back, and he found who else? The preseason MVP, voted by the coaches and the media.
Probably the guy who, when I was interviewing after the state baseball championship that he had just won, I said, what's next for you, man? He goes, it's time for football.
Yes.
Hobbs Nyberg.
And 28-21 on the 60-yard completion from Barban to Hobbs Nyberg. And that's your score there. Snow Canyon 28-0. And that means all the Warrior Nation's going to Yogurtland after the game for the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert. And if we get over 25 points in this game, and obviously Desert Hills leads 17-14, everybody here going to go over there to Yogurtland and enjoy 5 ounces absolutely free. Spread the word. Real quickly, let's take a look at the first half highlights from our CEC TV crew. And there was a lot of them in that first half, as you saw Crew Wakely early on, not with his arm, more with his leg, scampering up the middle for the touchdown.
So right up the middle. And look at Brock Perry looking around like, is anybody coming? Nobody's coming, Brock. It's all you, buddy. And it was 7-7 at the time. Noah Sewell made everybody miss. Crew Wakely, 32-yard touchdown run. That tied the game. And then just before halftime, Noah Sewell with a great 2-minute drill, and Logan Callister with the 34-yard field goal to give the Thunder a 3-point lead.
Yeah, a lot of fireworks, a lot of offense. We saw offense in the early part of the season last year, and then when you get into region play, when these teams that know each other so well start scheming and devising the defensive game plan, the scoring seems to drop just a little bit. And did give up a touchdown, but still, Snow Canyon off and running against Uinta, 28-7 at the half.
Yeah, I really like, again, going back and doing research and kind of doing my previews for the season and stuff. The more I read about Snow Canyon, the more I listen to their coaches, the more I listen to their players, the more impressed I am with the Warriors. Now, I didn't pick them to win. I didn't even pick them to finish top 3. But I think Snow Canyon might be the dark horse or the sleeper in Region 9 this year.
Yeah,
watch out for the Warriors.
Cedar, last report I had, I haven't seen anything in the last
6-6 at halftime.
6-6, that's what I had last update. So still 6-6 there. Canyon View is getting beat up pretty bad by Beaver. I think it was like 30-7 or something like that. last report. That's the 2A defending state champs. Skylar Miller, the new coach for Canyon View, back in Region 9. And they world year, new coaching staff. They got some dudes, but obviously struggling tonight against 2A Beaver, who's always a juggernaut. They're always a perennial powerhouse. And that's a home game for Canyon View. There was a lot of uncertainty about Stockton Rigby's health, we found out, going into this season.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, he was your starting quarterback from a year ago as an underclassman. Well, thanks to InfoWest, Wilkinson's, and all our friends at Hearst Ace Hardware for bringing you some of our halftime features, the scores, the stats, and, of course, the highlights there from Marcus, Lauren, Dave, James, all the guys in the truck here from CEC TV. I'd like to welcome you into the Findlay Volkswagen Game of the Week here as we get ready for half number 2. Let's go back to our key control. We weren't sure how Noah Sewell would do managing the clock. Well, I think that 2-minute drill right before the half that you just talked about really speaks volumes about him as a football player and the moxie that he has. He's never played this position until summer ball this year.
Yeah, and that's surprising because usually these kids grow up, second grade on, they're playing whatever position they're going to be. And when the coach comes, he says, we need you to try this for a little while. And because he's such a great athlete, he's like, yeah, all right, I'll do that. And we found out that Noah Sewell is one heck of a little quarterback, and they've let him throw the ball. I mean, he doesn't have a high percentage, but he's hitting passes, completing passes, and moving the football.
6 for 13, 115 yards in the first half. And Crew Wakely, 5 of 7 in that first half for 31 yards. And Shaver had 73 yards, or excuse me, Wakely had 73 yards.
Both touchdowns.
Two touchdowns. So
this might be a story of the two QBs running the ball, not throwing the ball in this game, huh?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Second half getting set to kick off. It's brought to you by Southwest Diesel, the originators of high performance for diesel engines. Also like to thank Intermountain Sports Medicine for their continued support of Region 9 athletics in Washington and Iron counties. They support the trainers for each athletic event. Today, keeping the players safe, trainer Sean Norton for the Desert Hills Thunder. Thank you, Intermountain Sports Medicine. Don't forget, Dr. Millward can help you if you need a consultation for your athletes. Call Intermountain Sports Medicine. Kickoff fielded at the 10-yard line. Right at the middle goes Shaver, makes a man miss, carrying a couple more out across the 40 to the 40.
He runs through guys, he runs around guys, he runs over guys. He doesn't like to hit the ground, apparently. And it's hard to get him there.
Yeah, no
Watch
doubt.
here as he hits the pile. Boom! That guy's off him, that guy's off him, and he's still going. They got 3, brother.
Jesse's the brother. Do you know that for a fact?
I have no idea. Made that up. Way to call me out, though.
9 seconds into the first half. Here we go. It's going to be a handoff to Shaver, and he's going to slip and dive ahead. Tackle by Stokes.
Good run. Tough runner. Desert Hills, a dangerous time of the game because if Jordan has the football, the first couple of possessions in every football game seems to me to determine it's a big one.
Here's another run, and it's going to be quarterback keeping it. That's Wakely. He's going to get out near the sticks, near midfield. Depends on the spot. And it's going to be enough for a first down. That'll move the chains.
Yeah, Wakely with about 8 or 9 on that one. So the 49, so it's actually third down.
Well, I was kind of hesitating because I couldn't see through all the players on that far sideline where they spotted it. So third down and less than a yard to go. They're going to give it to Shaver. Shaver's going to pick it up anyway.
Yeah, they had him at the line, but when you got that bowling ball lean like he has, kind of like Noah Sewell, good luck.
Fresh set of downs for Crew Wakely. Mentioned his statistics from his junior campaign, over 3,500 yards passing, over 1,000 yards rushing.
There's some good quarterbacks in the state of Utah this year. Cameron Cooper for a good shootout. Alta's got a good QB too.
Wakely going to throw. He's pressured and he's in trouble. Reynolds diving his heels, can't get him. He makes a man miss, throws it, and it is caught, I believe, down at the Thunder 32-yard line. Crew Wakely with a little magic.
Yeah, Wakely. I thought, by the way, a Thunder player down. I believe it's Carter Reynolds kind of limping off.
Oh, they can't afford to lose him.
Coach saying, wait a minute, you got my two-time, you got my hurdles champion. You can't hurt him.
35 to go here. Local HVAC company to trust is Air Care Pros.
Bolingbrook had to fight for that football. That's a heck of a catch on not a great decision, I don't think, by Wakely.
And now a run right up the middle and not much doing there. So a little bit of extracurricular pushing the Spark tonight, in my opinion.
I agree. I think didn't we have one unsportsmanlike early, but that's about it.
Yep. Shaver there. 6 for the Beat Diggers, knocking on the Red Rock Real Estate.
Beat Diggers, they spelled it B-E-A-T, rock and roll band.
Throw complete. and stepped out of bounds as he was trying to make a football move and turn it upfield. And for the Thunder defensively, Wakely wants to keep this drive rolling right along. He's going to give it to Shaver and fake it to Shaver, keep it himself, and he's going to have the first down. And the ball popped out, and the Desert Hills Thunder say they jumped on it. Do they? Wait for the official signal, and it is Thunder football.
The ground. That's a legit fumble, and the Thunder get the stop in the unconventional way.
And that ends a nice opening drive that was being put together for the Beat Diggers. And they'll take over with 9:27 left here, third quarter, on their own 15-yard line. Noah Sewell going to keep it, hit, trying to spin away, and then swarm tackle, and forward progress stopped. And now those hand signals coming from Coach Lusk and Coach Sewell. They break the huddle. Penei Sewell is still out there on this second half drive, playing through a torn labrum. Coach Frankie said 3 opinions were to have season-ending surgery. Penei came to an hour before the game, said, I want to play. And now his younger brother, Noah Sewell, is going to take it around the right side out to the 40. Breaks the tackle with midfield into the 40 of the Beat Diggers, to the 30, the 20, the 10. And he is going to take it in for the touchdown. That is 83 yards for Young.
But you look right here, he makes a couple of great moves. This guy just kind of peels right off of him, blocked downfield, and Noah off to the races. One last guy to get a shot at him.
Stiff arm.
Couldn't get him. I think that was Hunter Pace.
Love what he's seeing out of this young man. It's 24-14 Thunder as Callister's PAT is true. And we'll take a break on the one-loss scoreboard. Thunder by 10, 8:26 left to go. Explosiveness.
Music is a bridge between the material and the spiritual. As a blind person, you have to be aware that nobody can tell you what you can or can't do. You really have to try things. My wife, who was also blind, was a good cook. When she died, that's when I started Meals on Wheels. My name is Harvey Lauer. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Connor is airfare to Istanbul.
Why don't you understand me?
I do. This is what it feels like for kids with learning and attention issues. Redirecting to understood.org.
And we're back. Kickoff taken out across the 25-yard line by Shaver. And looks like he's a little slow to get up, but it is okay. Heading back to the huddle, but his teammate right there, Ethan Bolingbroke, is checking on him. And he's not going anywhere. Nick Hansen flashing the defensive signals.
Nick is, for those that don't know, Nick Hansen is a film fanatic. And I'm not talking about the theater. I'm not talking about, going down to the Stadium 8 or whatever. We're talking about a guy that studies film fanatically for football to prepare his defense for offenses just like this one.
I don't know if it's a fact or not, but his brother, who's raised his brother, Jerry Montgomery, is the defensive line coach for the Green Bay Packers. And I know they're in constant communication. False start going to be the call as a flag flies. 8:17 to go, third quarter, after the excitement on that 83-yard touchdown run by Noah Sewell. Thunder by 10, 24-14. Crew Wakely shaking off that fumble, trying to put together a drive. Going to run it on the quarterback keeper, and he's going to get a couple of those penalty yards back. In fact, he's going to get all of them back on the dive. They're going to spot it as a 5-yard gain. I don't know, and I apologize as far as what Crew Wakely's next level offers might be, but certainly this kid has the intangibles to be a next level guy.
Yeah, you would think with all those yards he's passed for, he's a little bit small for a college quarterback, but I'm a believer in size of heart in some of these guys. You know
who he reminds me of is Ty Rutledge, that quarterback a number of years ago. It's just an athlete that Coach Frankie coached that now is at SUU. Pass complete, ball comes out. Thunder jump on it. They say they have it. Both players dove on it simultaneously. Who got it first? And it's going to be Cole
by the Jordan Beat Digger to make a move. And Desert Hills could come away with a 3-score lead if they can take this one 40 yards into the end zone.
Was it Bailey that stripped it and recovered it? Could have been.
Just got an update from Snow Canyon, 35-7 now as they head. A couple things Desert Hills does have. They don't have the size that Jordan has, but they have a lot of quickness and a lot of speed. Like I said, Brock Perry might be the fastest kid in the region or among the top 5. And then you got guys you can hand it off on a fly sweep to guys like Bo Barbin. Those guys scoot.
7:04 left on the Air Care Professional Heating and Cooling clock. Again, Thunder with the 24-14 lead and driving. Ball just outside the 32-yard line. We'll call it the 33 of Jordan High. Sewell's going to throw. Quick hitter, complete. No, they say it hit the ground as he went down low to get it. Even though he started to take off with it, Brock Perry could not keep it off the turf.
But we found out now in recent times with replays and stuff that if the ball touches the ground but you have control of it already, it's still a complete pass. But at the high school level, maybe we haven't quite figured that part out.
To the 20, different yards. And there is Brock Perry and the explosive speed. Man, he hit that corner and turned it up like he was shot out of a cannon.
We might have 200-yard rushers today for Desert Hills. We know Noah Sewell's already, I almost said Nephi, that's how good Noah's playing. We already saw Noah top 100, and Brock Perry matriculating his way. He's at 62 yards so far, so he's on his way possibly too.
6:16 to go. 10-point lead for the Thunder. They want more. Man in motion since trips formation to the right side. Give it to Perry again. Big hole on that right side. Cut back at the 5, down to the 1. Didn't quite get in. It's 1st and goal for the Thunder, though. Great run from Perry right there. And an injured Beat Digger kind of gingerly walking off the field. Panay Sewell very slow to get back to the huddle. And fresh substitutions coming off the Thunder bench. Heavy package being brought in. He is a little ginger as he comes off the field for Coach Carl Frankie.
He's all right. He's a tough kid.
And they'll go twins to the short side, the far side. Single receiver to the near side. And Sewell's going to run. Quarterback keeper hits the contact. Fighting. Did he stretch? No, he did not. Yes, he did, they say. The signal came on the contact. They said he broke the plane of the goal. And Noah Sewell has the hat trick. He has his 3rd touchdown. An impressive performance for Noah Sewell in Desert Hills High School.
Yeah, I keep saying it. I think we're witnessing the birth of a star here. You watch Noah and what he's able to do, because you can't. The first guy never gets him, and it's not that he's really necessarily eluding those guys. He's just making them bounce off of them. We saw that in the 82-yard TD. Now he does it the hard way. He pounds it into the pile, and Noah Sewell, there he is, number 2, with a touchdown. Seems like when you play Jordan, you're snake bit, but if you're in the Sewell family with, Panay and Nephi, but so far Noah looking really good. There's the replay again. Just finds that little hole, sticks it in there. Says, I think he thought he was going to score easily. He had to work a little harder at it. Holds the ball out and scores. Touchdown, 5.5 to go.
Are you surprised at what we're seeing right now?
Well, even though it's starting to feel like a blowout, Devin, at 31-14, I don't think it is. I think Jordan is really good. They've just committed a couple of really bad turnovers, and I think Jordan's going to start bringing it, and we're going to see some more points on the board. I don't think 31 points maybe is going to win this game.
There's Leonidas Jacobson getting some water. They're checking. That's the Intermountain Sports Medicine team. Sean Norton was checking Brock Perry. Another trainer down there was checking out the hand of Noah Sewell. It's been pretty physical. I don't know if you can see that sitting, at home watching on CEC TV or on sportsradio977.com, but it's a physical football game out there.
Yeah,
and nearly a third here in the second half is
slant, and you cannot throw that pass high. We should know that. You've got to throw the slant down in the belly or down around the knees even. You can't throw it high. That one was almost picked, and it might have been a pick 6 if he holds on.
Well, Vifanu was on the outside. I think Pulse Thunder. Second down and 10, 5:18 to go, third quarter. Desert Hills leading 31-14 over Jordan High. Wakely going to tuck and run up the middle of the pocket, and he's going to get about 7 or 8, stretching for more. Tackle.
He took a big hit on that one, too.
Dawson Mayfield with the tackle. Another new DB. You got Mayfield, you've got Cooper Kinney, you've got Polu at free safety, and then you've got Via Fanua at the other cornerback position. A lot of new names in the secondary.
Watch this hit right here on the replay.
And he got it to him, and he's going to break into the open to the 50. He's to the 30, and he's tackled down near the 25 of Desert Hills on the screen pass. It was timed perfectly and executed just barely, as one Thunder player was right there and just couldn't wrap him up right as he caught the football behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you don't think football's a game of inches? That was inches from being a 5-yard loss that turned into. Reached out and pulled Stokes out of the way.
Now almost into the Red Rock Real Estate red zone, and that pass thrown behind the intended receiver. Incomplete from Crew Wakely, the Jordan High quarterback on that slant route. Just didn't throw it out in front enough.
Boy, after watching that replay, I'm thinking Stokes got held pretty bad, or he would have made that play. Another game of inches thing. Maybe if the referee had been inches to the right, he would have seen that. I don't know.
So,
trips to the right side. Wakely's going to throw it.
And he's going to tuck and run it again, and then he's going to try to throw it again. Now he's going to hang back, waiting. Here.
Okay to take a 3-yard loss rather than throw something.
Care Professional Heating, Cooling Clock. Just a reminder, we're going to be naming a Dats Trucking Player of the Game in our Johnson Pediatric timeout. Thunder defense going to take a timeout here. And it's 31-14. Let's take a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back after this.
There is a place where rocks bleed and nature blushes on a battlefield green with envy, where dimples determine destiny and a tiny wooden T holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where friends are opponents and opponents are friends, where the prize is elusive, the conquest is captivating, and the score isn't settled till the drinks are down. There is a place.
Back live, Devin Dixon, Andy Griffin, and we're coming at you on the simulcast. Finley Volkswagen's got us on CEC TV, Sports Radio 977.com, and our mobile app as well as 1210 AM. Thanks for locking us in, and Andy, Jordan really needs some points here.
Yeah, they can't afford to come away empty-handed here. At the very least, they really, really need a field goal to try to cut it down to a 2-score lead. This is big right here, 3rd down and 10.
And out of the gun is Wakely. 4 receivers running their routes. Pressure comes from Reynolds on the outside. Wakely evades. He's going to throw it to the end zone. Touchdown! He caught it. Touchdown, 22-yard strike. And the Beat Diggers on the arm of Crew Wakely, and the sensational catch at the front pylon have struck on 3rd down.
That was a tough catch with a defender right there, and a perfect throw by Wakely. What a play by Jordan. Draw it up in the dirt. Beautiful grab. Man, oh man.
That was pretty. And a whole new game. That really is what they needed after some early second-half turnovers leading to Desert Hills touchdowns. PAT of way of cutting it back to a 2-possession game. And the extra point is up. And it is good, 31-21. And the Thunder still with the advantage. But the Beat Diggers get a quick score that they really needed here. Just under 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Exciting way to start the season between these two respective teams, don't you think?
Yep. By the way, update the score stat updates for you. Wakely now 10 of 15, 129 yards. That was his first passing touchdown of the day. Of course, he's got a couple of rushing touchdowns as well. And I believe we have him at, 99 yards? So 1 yard short of rushing for 100 yards as well. Great quarterback, Jordan's Crew Wakely, but he's got his team still down by 10 points here late in the 3rd quarter. Also had a couple scores come across the desk. Looks like Mountain View got on the board against Hurricane. It's still a 30-7 game. And then scary moment in that Dixie game. They're up on Springville. Early 3rd quarter, Amanaw Quinn, the running back for Dixie, took a big hit. Helmet came off. He was down on the field for 2 minutes. Probably a concussion situation. They've got him out of the game right now. But to Amanaw Quinn, looks like he's probably going to be okay. Maybe a concussion situation there up at Springville.
And scary. So Warrior fans, Thunder fans, Region 9 football fans, Holbrook Asphalt Big Score Dessert is on. We're seeing some offensive fireworks tonight in the season opener, and we'll do it all season long. Head to Yogurtland after the game. All you have to do for 5 free ounces of yogurt is ask for your free Holbrook Asphalt Big Score Dessert. Kickoff taken. And it's Kenny, and he's going to dart to the outside. That's not Kenny. And he's going to be tackled near midfield. And a good run back by the Thunder.
Kicker saving a touchdown for the 2nd time in this game. Although the first one there was a flag, but Boy, kicker has been a lifesaver today. However, Desert Hills with great field position in midfield.
And 3:41 to go. Thunder will break the huddle from the sideline. And the storyline continues to be Panay Sewell. If you're just tuning in, Coach Frankie at about 4 o'clock called me personally. He was coming on the show today and said, I got bad news. And 5:15 when he joined, he said, Panay Sewell, MRI, torn labrum. The field, and Coach Frankie said Panay Sewell is going to dress. He asked Coach if he could still try to play. And he's out there playing in the third quarter as Brock Perry tries to get the edge and cannot. And Panay Sewell is toughing it out. We don't know what this means moving forward, if this would be the only game.
Yeah, we don't know if they're going to let him play today and then give him surgery this week, or if they're going to let him try to play out the season. High school football seasons, tend to maybe you let him try. I don't know how long the recovery is on that particular surgery.
He hasn't really been practicing for the last 2 weeks. Now here's Noah Sewell, Panay's little brother, dodging a would-be sack, turning upfield, delivering a hit, and running over a beat digger out at midfield into Jordan High School territory to the 49-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 4.
I love what he did. He turned around, and instead of talking smack in the defender's face, he turned around to the defender and said, "You all right, man?" And they're two.
Good sportsmanship.
It is, but in the grand scheme of things, it's a pretty good way to say, I'm just saying.
2:51 to go. 31-21.
Noah's 140
touchdowns.
Big play here, though. 3rd down and 4.
Barber in motion in front of Sewell. Fake it, going to keep it. He's going to get the first down. Noah Sewell might want more. Down inside, breaks a tackle to the 20. Cuts backwards, now down to the 16-yard line. High stepping to the 10-yard line. Cut back at the 5, diving near the 1. Noah Sewell is on a mission to pay dirt, but he stopped just short this time. But that was highlight reel material, ladies and gentlemen.
What kind of...
He doesn't
look at that.
Act like a quarterback. He runs like a running back.
He looks like Nephi is what he looks like.
They are brothers.
Yeah.
He is wearing Nephi's number.
To him anyway.
There is Panay Sewell down at the 40. I believe that is Panay. And we've got a stoppage. And we're going to hold it right here and check on the injury. 2:36 to go. Thunder leading 31-21. Tonight's game brought to you by Findlay Volkswagen. See their all-star lineup of new and pre-owned Jettas, Passats, the Volkswagen Bug, the Golf, and the all-new 7-passenger Atlas, plus the T1 and more. As Sean Norton, the Intermountain Sports Medicine team.
Hey, just a quick side note as they work on Panay. Now, this guy that tweeted this, I don't know if it's Mike Bear or whoever tweeted the Dixie High thing. He's been around Dixie sports a while, because look who he has scoring that last touchdown.
Chunner Nyberg.
Chunner Nyberg with a 1-yard run from the Wildcat. We all know it's Hobbs, Chunner's little brother.
Chunner's took it over the Dixie Twitter account. It is Panay Sewell.
Give himself some credit.
And
but anyway, Dixie up 14.
What a round of applause Panay Sewell is getting right now, is he's getting helped off the field.
That might shut it down for the season for him, sadly.
Man, when I see Nephi Sewell out there wearing Noah Sewell's number, it's kind of confusing. You mentioned
vice versa, yeah.
Well, I know. I was kind of being
I know.
facetious. They look like they, I mean, maybe a little bit littler. Noah's certainly a little bit bigger.
I think
than Nephi,
Noah's bigger around
stronger
than Nephi, but not as tall.
But they have a lot of the same attributes.
Yeah. And the biggest attribute that Nephi had was his heart, his desire, and Noah's got that. I'll tell you that right now. Wow. Where'd they mark him down, Devin? The 2?
About the 3. That knee went down at the 3-yard line. Still a heck of a run.
Yeah, 41.
And now your Dixie High Sports Twitter feed has just corrected it. Oops. Hobbs, Nyberg.
We knew what they meant. It's all right.
There's the keeper. Sewell's going to try to put his head down, and he dives into the end zone and got another one. The 4th rushing touchdown of the game for young Noah Sewell. He's got 5 total touchdowns. He threw one in the first half, and it's all Thunder right now. They push it up to 37-21 and answer the Crew Wakely touchdown pass and build that lead back up. PAT pending.
Wow. Noah Sewell's, years ago there was a movie called A Star is Born. I know maybe before you guys' time, but that's kind of what I feel like I'm watching right now. A Star is Born in Noah Sewell, and wow, that's all I can say. He might end up being a running back and not a quarterback in this offense next year, but bottom line is he's got...
It was an injury to his leg that shut him down.
Okay, the last play of the year is a flip touchdown pass to me. You can do whatever you want until then.
The defending state champs. Unbelievable right now. And a lot of people pick Jordan to come in here and win this game in Desert Hills, with the scary news we got before this game started, have played tremendous. And I think they got a boost by seeing Panay Sewell dress, and they might not have expected that.
Yeah, a little inspiration. If he can't do it all with his body, he can do it with his inspiration. By the way, Springville answers with a 9-yard TD score, and it's 35-28. Dixie leading Springville. Another shootout up there with the Red Devils and Flyers.
And really, you got to believe that the offensive line, who they lost all 5 last year, is passing the test that Coach Stokes wanted to see tonight.
Yeah, and one thing we know about Dixie, too, you don't need a lot of time because they get the ball out quick with Jacob Barbin.
5-yard keeper has made it Snow Canyon 40 to the third quarter. And again, Warrior fans, Thunder fans, Flyer fans, Region 9 football fans, you can start heading to Yogurt Land because the Big Score dessert from Holbrook Asphalt is on. They've agreed to buy everybody 5 ounces of free yogurt when we reach that 25-point or more plateau. And we got it early tonight on week 1.
It started, at the 27-yard line?
Drew Wakely out of the gun.
Huge drive right now for Jordan. They've got to answer. If they don't, they could get blown away by Desert Hills and sophomore quarterback Noah Sewell.
Play action. Wakely looking to throw. Bailey pursuing. Throws it. Diving effort. Not going to happen. Incomplete. Out at the Beat Digger 45. Had him open. Just let him a little too far. The Superman head first dive. Couldn't reel it in.
You know, it's getting late enough now. We got a minute, just under 2 minutes left in the third quarter. They're almost making Jordan abandon their game plan. Their game plan is Shaver and Wakely running it with a little bit throwing mixed in. But now we're going to see Wakely throw probably on almost every down because of the fact that they're behind by 17 points.
1:55 to go in the third quarter. Still a long way. A lot of action left. Second down at 10. Defense shifts the line. 4-man front for the Thunder defensively. Flip it out of the backfield to Shaver. It's complete. Out across the 40. Cuts back to the 45. And hit.
Had to make a move. And then when he made the one move, then he had 15, 20 yards. See, nobody there.
Outside backer, most likely, or that safety's got to come over. And neither did it. Wakely.
This is starting to turn into a shootout too, isn't it?
Yep, Shaver to the right. And a throw. A little curl route and mistimed and incomplete. Trying to find. That was Noah Hennings, tight end. Listed as tight end. They don't really have a tight end. They're in spread all night long. A lot of trips formation is what we've seen from Jordan tonight.
Yeah, and I think they are getting Jordan out of their character now. They're making Wakely turn into a pocket passer. He doesn't want to do that. He wants to scramble and run and throw on the move, and they're kind of.
Fans have the press box shaking just a little bit. You feel that, Andy?
Yeah.
Making some noise for
I
their
thought that was
defense.
your stomach, though.
I'm ready for
growling. Stomach growling.
I had some Jimmy Johns before the game. And there's a pass, and it's complete. In traffic, though. Not much running room at all. Ben Lisk. And didn't get a yard, I don't think. And it's going to be 4th down.
Should be third, right?
Or 3rd down, excuse me. They already switched the marker on the far sideline.
But 3rd and 10, you're still in midfield. You're not in field goal range. And you're down 17. They have to get this first down or use 4 to get it.
38-21, Thunder leading. 42 seconds left, third quarter. And the pass is going to be on a rollout, broken up, incomplete. And that was Peyton Pace, I believe, that made the diving separation.
Wasn't that a good read on that? If he'd have had one more half step, it would have been a pick. If he had one more full step, that could have been a pick 6.
And the Thunder defense does his job. That'll make defensive coordinator Nick Hansen thrilled. And punt formation here coming for the Beat Diggers. Man running off the field late. Clock stopped here on the change of possession. 37 seconds to go. Little started on the snap. High kick, trying to pin them deep. And nice secure catch at the 10 by Hero Young.
Now be Hero Young.
You got to give Kaiser a ton of credit on that play at Rice Echo Stadium last November.
Yeah,
too.
but you and I would have dropped that pass, man. With
No
all
way.
the pressure and all.
Absolutely not. Speak for
Yeah,
yourself,
no,
big fella.
you would have dropped it. You would have.
I will bet you $1 million.
Ryan is the only one in this room that would have held on to that pass.
Now you're just talking silly.
Yeah. Giles would have tried to one-hand it and would have bounced off his fingers and out of the back of the end zone.
I'm not even going to comment because that's utterly ridiculous.
It was end over end. You're not supposed to. Those passes are hard to catch, man. No spiral.
Laser-like focus.
Yeah.
30 seconds left. Here is Sewell, Noah Sewell. Out of the gun.
That next time you're trying a 10-foot putt for the win, right?
Giles is in at right tackle. Panay Sewell is still on the bench, so his night might be done for now.
Yeah, I think so.
Sean Norton, Intermountain Sports, walking back to the coaching staff. I don't know if Brock realized that they were on offense yet or what. Isn't he supposed to be in the game?
He's like, hey, I'm taking a break. We're up 17. We're blowing out this 5A school.
Instead, it's Keena Tuafa in for Brock Perry on this play. They're going to keep it off the right side. Not much doing there. Probably lost half a yard, in fact. No, they got a couple. About 4 back near the original line of scrimmage. And they're going to let the clock tick down last 10 seconds of the first half. On the one-loss scoreboard, your dedicated personal injury attorneys, Thunder, through 3 quarters, have built a 17-point lead, 38-21. Fourth quarter coming up. Thunder players starting to put 4 up in the air. And we'll have it for you here on CEC.
Que nos pueden mantener seguros. Y ahora, las que llevamos con nosotros ofrecen alertas inalámbricas de emergencia. Por medio de un sonido y vibración particular, estarás al tanto donde quiera que estés.
There is a place where the sun doesn't hide in the winter, where the greens stay green and the crimson canyons still glow. There is a place where dimples determine destiny, and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where we drive for show, putt for dough, and settle the score with another round. There.
Welcome back. Thunder put a man in motion. And Sewell looking to throw. Going over the middle. It's got a man wide open. It's Barban. He dropped it. He dropped the football at midfield, and it might have went the distance. You can see nobody around him.
Yeah.
Nobody around.
That was going to be a big.
That'll haunt Barban all weekend.
Update from Springville, 35-28 Dixie at the end of 3. From Cedar, it's 13-6 Provo with 3:04 left. Cedar with the ball, down 7 on their home field against the Provo Bulldogs. Should be a good finish.
Sewell now 3rd down, and he's going to throw it in and out of a would-be interception, trying to find Brock Perry, and the Thunder go and stall out on offense. Could have been a big on 2nd down, 3rd down, incomplete, and off to punt the football.
Yeah, that would have been a big turnover, and that's what we were talking about earlier in the game. If you're a young quarterback, they need to put you in a way to succeed. I would have actually maybe run a draw play or a quarterback keeper on that one, because you've got a 17-point lead. It's the 4th quarter. You don't want to give them the ball at the 20-yard line. You want to make them go the length of the field. Hopefully Callister, snapped it through the end zone.
That's going to be trouble, and that's going to give up 2, and the Beat Diggers are going to get within 15 and get possession. Nice thing is they did get that field goal late in the 2nd quarter, so still a 2-possession game, and they'd have to pick up a 2-point conversion. But early 4th quarter, a little misstep for the first time in the 2nd half by Desert Hills.
Well, that makes it now a 2-score game instead of a 3-score game, so that's big, because with 2-point conversions and things, Jordan is right back in this game with that. And man, I had flashbacks to. They're gonna show the near interception again. I have flashbacks to Mike Needham and the snap through the end zone. Remember that, Devin? Big game for Desert Hills back in the day. I probably shouldn't have brought that up. That's a little bit painful, but.
Shout out, congratulations to Mike Needham. Just had his first child, him and his lovely wife. He's going to be a senior at SUU. His junior day, he ran, what was it, a 4.45? A lot of people are.
Myself, I know he's a great linebacker, but he was a great running back here at Desert Hills, and with that kind of speed, that's fast, Evan. That's faster than you back in that day.
I was like a 4.9. He's way faster than me.
I was a 4.4, but it was in the 20, not the 40.
There's the kick, a free kick, and it's going to be returnable, but not much doing there out to the 40. Not a bad kick there by Callister. And Shaver on the.
They're within 2 touchdowns with 11.5 to go. If they're able to punt that away, still got a 3-score lead and the ball out near midfield or something. So that's big.
How about Austin Staley, a 67-yard touchdown pass, 49-14. Snow Canyon across town whooping up on Uinta in their opener. And again, the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert is already on for Region 9 football fans. Head to Yogurtland right now. Ask your free Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert. Here's Crew Wakely.
Wait till the game's over, though.
Now he's going to run it. Now he's going to back up behind the line of scrimmage and just throw it away incomplete. And a little bit of a late stumble.
They gave him a pop, at the end of that, and I think he deserved it because he's saying, look, I was out of bounds and stuff, but you know what, if your quarterback's allowed, I said this early in the game, if they're allowed to dance along the sidelines, I think, people ought to be able to pop them right along the sideline too. I hate that penalty that gets called way too quickly in football.
And it is a late hit, roughing the quarterback call.
No, they're actually going to call.
They're called grounding.
Yeah, they're going to call intentional grounding.
Well, there you go, Andy. I thought what you saw and I saw, I thought for sure they're going to call a little excessive.
Didn't throw it to anybody. He just threw it away.
You got to give the officials a lot of credit right there. No matter who you root for, that was the right call. They don't get thanked a lot. Kind of a thankless job, but they got it right. And now here's a pass on a fade right over the top, and it's too tall, and now a flag flies over on the far sideline, and that might be a 15-yard pass interference call going against the Thunder, but we were just surprised moments ago, so we'll wait for the official word from our head referee tonight. That's pretty good coverage. That's blanket coverage by Kinney.
Well, Cedar got it down inside the Provo 40 and then fumbled it away. Provo runs out the clock. Final score from Cedar High. Provo beats Cedar for the second year in a row by a final of 13-6. Bummer there. I really thought Cedar would get a little revenge this year. A lot of new faces, though, in that Cedar Redmond uniform.
Here is Crew Wakely now.
That was a 13.
Second down, and he's going to scramble again. He's been doing it all night long. Heave this one down the field, and it is almost intercepted, broken up. Threw that one into double coverage, and Kinney on coverage gets a little redemption from the PI call moments ago.
That was a 1st and 7 on the 13-yard, maybe 14-yard penalty.
You could have had an argument there that was offensive.
Oh, yeah. And they call holding on the O-line. So after a relatively penalty-free game, we've got 3 straight plays.
Maybe guys tiring just a little bit here. Hot to kick off, cooling now, but still temperature got to be up in the mid-80s.
You know what we haven't gotten in a while is a Pineview update. Of course, that game was,
it was 42-14 last I saw.
I think they kicked the field goal before halftime. I think it was 45-14, but, obviously blowout. You don't need a lot of updates on blowouts, but it'd be nice to get a final score. They probably continuous clock on the mercy rule. We'll get you one before long, folks.
38-23 here. Thunder trying to get a stop, get that ball back to choose some clock. They lead by 15. Wakely has other ideas here. Second down and long after the holding call. He's in trouble again. Pocket collapse, flags fly, throws it, and it's incomplete. He's trying to hit his intended receiver over there, Ben Litt.
Except penalty statistics.
You're going to see on the replay, Wakely. There was the hold.
Yeah.
Right
Probably
there.
could have been 2 holds on that play.
Kinney on the coverage on the back end there. So back them up again, and all of a sudden, Jordan High is going backwards. They're inside their own 10.
What is it, 2nd and 41? 2nd and 40? At the 10. They got to get to midfield. Well, the only other offense in the state that might have no problem with this down and distance is Cameron Cooper and Lehigh, and here goes Wakely.
Going to run a quarterback draw, and he's going to get out across the 15 to the 17, pickup of about 7, maybe 8 ball, and now the clock fires. 10:34 to go on the Air Care Professional Heating Cooling clock. Of course, we're looking for our DAS Trucking Player of the Game. We'll name one inside our Johnson Pediatric postgame show. We'll also have the Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game.
And by the way, Wakely just went over 100 yards rushing. He's got 106 now in the game. Going to need a lot more if they're going to make a comeback. Big play here on what is the 3rd and Devin? 33?
Yeah, a little over that.
Don't let anybody get behind you. That's all I'm saying.
And here comes the pressure again, and it's caught out across the 20 to about the 24, but They're playing 4 quarters deep, and they could dump it underneath there and wasn't going anywhere. And now the Jordan Beat Diggers will have to punt the football.
Yeah, they may not get the first down with the punt. I mean, that's how far it is. 4th and, 26.
38-23 on our one-loss scoreboard. Again, remember, as soon as we're done naming like our Dad's Trucking Player of the Game award, and we're excited, Sports Clips has teamed up with us. We're going to give them a free MVP haircut to the Dad's Trucking Player of the Game tonight. Appreciate it's out of bounds, angled to the far sideline. We're going to kick it back to the studio to wrap up Dixie, Pineview, Hurricane, as well as Cedar, Canyon View, and Snow Canyon. Everybody going to get recaps. We invite fans to call into the show. ESPN studio line, 673-9398. We're doing the Region 9 Play of the Night. So we'll take our Playmaker Play of the Night, Playmaker Play, and we'll throw it in with all the other big plays, and fans can vote. Andy Thompson will anchor our coverage.
We're on our way to a possible 5-2 night. Desert Hills winning big here. Not real big, but big enough. Snow Canyon winning big. Pineview winning big. Dixie was up by a touchdown. Hurricane winning big. Could be 5 Region 9 victories tonight.
Sewell going to hand off. Colton Madsen with that carry.
Might be it for Perry today. Let him rest, and he was dinged up a little bit. Might as well bring some of the younger guys in. You're up. You just need a couple first downs, and you can start putting this thing away.
Yeah, great field position after the penalty mess on that last possession for Jordan. Noah Sewell in a quarterback, fake it to Barbin. Now he's going to give it to Madsen. Madsen going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Look at Panay out there, still lead blocking.
He's stopped. It's been answered?
I think it's been answered tonight. Man.
Just that there's a tear, and doctors have said he needs to have surgery, but they just got the news yesterday. So this might be the only game he plays in his senior season. Of course, pretty fun winning the state championship with his little brothers last season.
Yeah,
and his big brother, Nephi.
That's some great pictures of him and Nephi, him embracing Nephi in the air. And, of course, there's Noah running for another first down.
But I was the only one that voted for Noah Sewell.
Well, give me 18. I might have put him on there, too.
This is Colton Madsen. Good little running back. He's a senior.
In fact, they've just gone final at Snoke, the big win over Uinta. Good revenge win. They lost to Uinta by 2 last year.
Yeah, no doubt about that. It was 27-25 or 25-23.
Yeah. So good win for them at home. Poor Uinta has to drive home now in 6,000 miles to Vernal, knowing they got whooped.
And there's another run. And that's Madsen again. And close to a first down. It could be about 3rd and 1, we'll call it. And the Air Care Pros, local heating and cooling company. And that comes in handy in the summer. AC's working overtime. Those are the guys to call. Fly sweep, give it to Barbin. Barbin, nothing there. Just never got the edge, and it's going to be 4th down. He's going to lose 2 yards on 3rd and 1. And it'll be 4th and 3, and decision time for Coach Frankie.
A couple of soccer scores for you. We're comprehensive here. Desert Hills goes down to Skyridge today by a final 2-0. That game was actually played over at Dixie High. Weird thing, Skyridge and Desert Hills playing at Walbrook Stadium. 3-1 also today in girls soccer action.
Here's the timeout. Brought to you by Hank's Riverwalk Grill. I'm going to talk things over. We'll keep it right here.
Far for a field goal, you got to go for it. Try to put the game away. You get a first down, it's over. And not only that, not only would I go for it, I would go for it and not let the ball leave number 2's hands. Number 2 being Noah Sewell.
Thunder cheerleaders tossing out some freebies. Appreciate Southwest Diesel, great sponsor of tonight's broadcast. Simistor Orthodontics, Sky Mountain Golf Course, as well as our title sponsor, Finley Volkswagen. You see Curtis and the gang, Quinn down there. All-star lineup. Purchase options. Famous Jetta, Passat, the all-new 7. Down coming. Thunder going to go for it, as you guessed. Young in motion. Sewell going to throw for it, and he fires it complete to Madsen. He's chopped down, and he's not going to get it. He's going to be chopped down right in his tracks at the point where he caught the football, and the Beat Diggers will take over at the 35. Their own 35-yard line, but still a lot of green, and it's a 50 left.
Yeah, Hanelli Bloomfield with the great hit. He got jumped jumped up, waving his hand like I stopped him from getting the first. Bad news for Jordan. They still got a long way to go. Still down big.
A Ron Shell look ahead. Ron Shell Station, top of the boulevard. Next week, Lone Peak and Dixie, right here on the Triple Cast. These same networks you're watching or listening to. Dixie and Lone Peak. And then Wakely's going to scramble like he does. He's going to stop, pop, throw it downfield, and it's going to be a flag. Trying to get Wakely, it was not called. And Mayfield can't believe it. Dawson Mayfield is shaking his head in disbelief. I'll take a look at our replay. And Wakely's going to roll to that left. Look at him set his feet, using his balance, hoist it.
Turns his head. That's perfect defense.
That's textbook.
Turn his head in time. I don't know what else you can do as a defender. Wow.
15. It's not spot foul in high school, as you well know. It's just a 15-yard penalty. So that'll move it out just into Thunder territory at the 49, even though the ball was thrown down about the 25. Replay clearly shows he did not interfere. And there's the sack. Breaking into the backfield of Thunder. D lineman, that's Tanner Herman. Tough season for Herman.
Yeah, Tanner Herman with a great play. The pocket just kind of collapsed, and it's been doing that all game long. Desert Hills D-line has done a great job. This time, though, nowhere for Wakely to go.
And he tackled him with his arm. He grabbed his arm and threw him down. And now shot up the middle, down across the 40 to about the 36-yard line. Goes Crew Wakely. He's been a one-man wrecking crew, no pun intended.
I like it.
5 minutes to go exactly here in the fourth quarter. Thunder leading on our one-loss scoreboard, 38-23. Clearly, both these quarterbacks have been terrific tonight for their respective teams. Pass again, out of the gun. Surveys, finds time, throws it complete, and caught, taken down inside the Red Rock Real Estate red zone to the 15-yard line. And a beautiful grab. But just the soft spot in the zone, and Wakely found it as he hit Ethan Bolingsbroke.
Yeah, this game's not over, Devin. It's a two-score game, and Desert Hills done a good job of using clock and stuff, but they never did get the kind of the killer punch because of that safety. So
they're going quick into the Red Rock Real Estate red zone. If you're looking to score a beautiful home in Southern Utah, call your hometown realtors or find them at redrockrealestate.com. Timeout taken, so we won't have the play. We're going to talk things over, and we'll step aside. 30-second timeout brought to you by Hank's Riverwalk Grill. Thunder leading on the one-loss scoreboard, 38-23.
There is a place where young and old make connections, where kids feel like grown-ups, and grown-ups feel like kids. There is a place where beauty arises in contrast, where wonder is universal and laughter second nature. There is a place where friends find a future, families find each other, and feelings find their home. There is a place.
Back live, Devin Dixon, Andy Griffin with you, 4:27 to go. Do have a quick Hearst Ace Hardware update. Dixie Flyers, Springville holds them on fourth down. They take over at their own 43, 3:17 to go. Flyers have a 7-point lead.
Whew. Might be a 2-point conversion finish.
Canyon View Cedar have lost tonight. Snow Canyon Hurricane have already won. We'll have more in the Region 9 wrap-up show after our Johnson Pediatric Beat Diggers have striked. And it's a one-possession game, and now game. Because if you don't get this now,
game's over.
Yeah. It is too early to start thinking about an onside kick. 4:21 to go. Thunder had a quick 3-and-out, had a really crucial drop, and then the punt went through the end zone for the safety, and now this drive has got a little swing in the momentum here late in the fourth quarter.
Can't miss this extra point either. That would be
costly.
That would be a killer.
Snap's good, holds good, kick is away, and it is up and through. 8-point game, 38-30, 4:21 to go. And that was a blown coverage over the... That's a Hink? I didn't catch the number.
Number 8.
That was 8? Okay, that was Hennings. Noah Hennings with the touchdown reception. Want to pass that along for any of our Jordan Beat Digger fans listening on.
Hey, must be Noah night, huh? Noah Hennings with the TD catch. Wakely, we had him at 123 rushing, and with that, what was it, a 14-yard TD pass, 197 passing. That's his second passing TD. He has 2 rushing TDs. It has been the Crew Wakely show.
So he's way over 350, almost 400 yards of total offense, is he not? And Sewell's got to be over 400 yards of offense himself as well. Just almost, not quite. The 2 quarterbacks have put on a show for Sewell, the sophomore.
Yeah, we expected the Wakely, surprised by Noah. And the running back guy slips and falls.
Yeah, and that was Jaron Blues, all the return guys from last year. Guys like Logan Hokinson lost to graduation.
Marco Jordan. We've seen some pretty decent returns in this game.
No, the Thunder have had, both teams have had some pretty good field position.
Yeah.
Kicking game's been solid for both teams in the punting department. It's only the bad snap there that kind of cost the Thunder the safety, but that's been the only miscue they've had. 4:14 to go. Thunder just need to chew some clock. Need about 2 or 3 first downs. Beat Diggers, I think, only have 1 timeout left. Here's Bo Barbin, little spin move, and he's going to get it first down. That'll do the trick. 5 yards at a time. He'll be in good shape here down the stretch.
Yeah, and I'm with you. They don't need to score again, but they do need to take care of the football. And the way you can do that, Devin, is with first down. Nice look inside the helmet of Noah Sewell. Those of you on TV with us or online. Noah needs to, this is when a quarterback that's going to be a star has got to take over a little bit.
Going to throw. Looking to take a shot, and he's got his man wide open, but he overthrew it by a couple feet. Incomplete. Ooh, risky, aggressive play calling there. Trying to put the nail and drive it home.
Bad news is he was trying to hit Hero Young on that one, but the bad news is stops the clock, number 1, and then instead of staying ahead of the chains with a 2nd and 5 and maybe a 3rd down and 1 or clock stop.
It was there, and sometimes you got to take chances, and sometimes you get too conservative and bite you.
True.
And now we're going to throw it again, and has a man, but it's incomplete. He was streaking again, open down the field. Intended receiver was number 23, Gage Baird. But now they don't run enough clock, and the Beat Diggers going to have plenty of time here. Down by 8, 38-30 with 3:18 to go. Maybe Coach Frankie, Coach Lusk, Coach Sewell thinking, even if we run 2 plays there and don't get the first down, we're still going to give them enough time with what Crew Wakely's shown tonight. But you almost got to believe
if
that
they run for a first down there, they'll keep the clock going. We're down under 2 minutes, maybe under a minute before they have to punt it. Now you're punting it with 3:18 left. That's a lot of time, Devin.
Oh, certainly you're second guessing the play calling now that they didn't work. But they were both there, just didn't execute it. And now here's the punt return picked up by Shaver, driven out of bounds at the 41-yard line, and that's where Jordan High School will start here with a crucial possession, down 8. They need the touchdown. They need a 2-point conversion.
That's a lot of time and not very much field. Great field position to the 42. Also playing tight end, Pineview now leads 54-14. I think they pretty much call off the Dogs, but yeah, big lead for
Good start
Pineview.
for Coach.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter, by the way.
How's Mpungi doing tonight? I expect a big year from him. There's a throw, incomplete. Vian Vanuen covers, thrown behind the intended receiver, and that was just a little bit too low for Ben List to come back and get. So now the clock does stop, 3:03 to go, 2nd down and 10. Jordan down by 8. Coming up, the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game report. Dr. Cody and staff making kids feel right at home. We'll try to do the same and recap what's been an action-packed night. And the pocket collapses, and down goes Wakely, or does. He's trying to escape in the second.
And jumping those hurdles a lot easier than tackling this dang quarterback. He would not go down, but still good effort to stay with it until he got a little help. Ended up being no gain on the play.
Yeah, Reynolds just got up high and then couldn't get the legs, but Bailey said, I got your back, buddy. And Wakely's got to be fatigued. He has ran it. He has thrown it. This kid's a gamer, though. I like watching this kid play the dual threat. 2:22 to go. Pocket collapsing again, and down he goes. Looks like he got tripped up on his own lineman.
17 to get the first.
Thunder defense needs.
Yeah.
The ball spotted at the 35, and a timeout taken. It's brought to you by Hank's Riverwalk Grill.
Hey, how about this development up at Springville? Springville drives down and gets the supposedly tying touchdown and misses the extra point.
Oh, no.
So with 1:54 left in that game, it is Dixie 35, Springville 34. I anticipate an onside kick coming. Or maybe they have their timeouts, all their timeouts, and they'll kick it deep. Who knows? But wow, that's a tough way to kind of lose it if that ends up being the loss by missing an extra point.
Well, it's been fun. The summer comes and goes, and football season sneaks up on us every year, and it's been a wild opening night, and we'll have all the reaction for you from this game, and then we'll get it quickly back to the studio for the guys, analysts of all the games tonight around Region 9.
Big play. This is it, Devin. Ball game on the line.
4th and 17. 2 minutes, 1 second left. Wakely out of the gun. They're bringing an extra blitz. They're getting pressure on him, and he's going to escape the first man. Krager trying to track him. He's going to throw it up. Just a Hail Mary. Jump ball, and it is caught. It is caught and then spiked. It is caught and spiked by Jordan. Receiver number 4, Ethan Bolingbroke. Oh, my goodness.
This receiver in mind, he just threw the ball up in the air and prayed, and it was answered.